just not the way. Catching dreams because they're everywhere. Better underlay. Open wide, open up your eyes, let it manifest. Hold the sign, hold it in the air till you see what's next. Move, baby, move. If you know how to move, baby, move, baby, move, baby, move, baby, move. Life nostalgia still rules the world through a photograph. Counting down the days of futures past, so you do the math. Living with no fear and new ideas, so I take the ship. We could fly away and set the sea if we don't crash like. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey. Life nostalgia still rules the world through a photograph. Through a photograph. Through a photograph. Life nostalgia still rules the world through a photograph. Through a photograph. Through a photograph. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey.
Like we're all going through it. We all got the same goal in our head, right? So, you know, if we can get as many people on board as we can to help each other out, like, you know, how high tides rise all ships. That's what they say, right? And that's truer than you can even imagine, man.
All right, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Banks. Tuesday. You know what time it is. What's cracking, AI?
What's up?
Yaman in the building. What's happening, bro? You got to get that mic on you.
What's up, brothers?
There he
How y'all
is.
feeling
There
tonight,
he
man?
is.
Y'all all good?
Yeah, man, we got some new cameras set up. We're trying to get going, and also we've got we're live on Instagram. I think, man. Does it look like it's working? What's going on, Instagram? Good to see you guys. Haven't gone live in a while, and this is actually the first time we've actually podcast live on Instagram.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't see last week, we interviewed That One Mailman. So go on YouTube. Native TV is the channel. Just type in Native TV, one word, and then That One Mailman, and you'll be able to find us. He's an interesting cat, bro. He's on fire right now.
He really was. Like, at the end of the day, the guy is a local mailman, and his comedy is like...
He's a legit mailman. People don't believe that he's real.
Right, and he loves his job. Like, at the end of the day, he just loves the work, and he loves to make people laugh, and he kind of combines the two, and it's just the word... juxtaposition.
Oh, yeah, it's a perfect juxtaposition.
It's a perfect juxtaposition, yeah. So, like, I was pretty impressed, man. Talking to him, seeing how genuine he is, seeing how just wholesome, man. Like, how passionate and how happy, and just he just loves his job, and he loves people, and he loves making people laugh. And who he is on those TikTok videos and anything you see online is the same person. Like he just is.
And it's probably the same person that he was 3 years ago. That's the cool thing. Is like, you know what I mean? That's just his personality. And for, you know, his wife and his best friend to be like, yo, you should start doing like little TikTok skits. And he was like, why would I want to do that, bro? He's like, because you're funny. Like, even his wife was like, do it, get out there and do it.
Yeah.
And it's changing his life like day after day, bro. He's getting, you know, every time you see him on social media now, he's got a new adventure popping up.
Yeah.
And speaking of, he's going to be at the Funny Bone March 24th. So tickets sold out for that show in 14 minutes.
14 minutes.
Which is crazy, dude. I mean, that's his first gig, right? Like, you know, and even Kalen was like, wow, his first gig is like Liberty Funny Bone. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
You know, to get into that, you know, because I don't know how like comedy clubs work, but I'm assuming it's a lot like the music venues. You know what I mean? Like you've got to get at a certain caliber, to get to this stage. And then once you're in the Liberty Funny Bone, then you're in the Funny Bones Rolodex. So now you're going to be able to be infiltrated throughout the Funny Bone
Right.
nationwide. You know, which is such a tough feat for so many people, bro. Like to get to that point, but it's like this guy's so genuine and so funny that it's just like he's there, like just made it happen.
He is there. He definitely is there. When I watch his videos and when I see like how natural he comes off, it almost like at first I was like, all right, is this guy just being like a more emphasized version of his everyday self? No, it's just him. So it's like so fluid for him.
He's actually trying to tone it down. I saw today. He was like, "I'm sorry, I've been cursing on my videos." He's like, you're showing your parents my videos, and I'm over here cussing. Like, damn. He's like, "Oh, there I go again." Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But to be that aware, and to know like your fan base, and to know like, look, I don't want to offend anybody. To know that right out of the gate, and to be able to understand that is a huge feat in its own, because once you start getting that fame, you start going, no, fuck, that's me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
how I am. That's why I'm here in the first place.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah, he definitely hits the nail on the head with going toward his fan base, because it's just naturally him. So it's like built up. It's so natural. It's like organic as it gets.
Oh yeah.
He's organically grown in this sense. And now he's getting some huge opportunities, which is really cool to see that he's going to be, working with Gary Owen and working with these people that are already paved the way.
Yeah.
They've already got, they already know what to expect, and they can help heighten the levels that he can go.
For sure.
And having that kind of a support system, man, and like, I just think he can hit mountains that like, only certain personalities can really go to certain levels. You know what I mean? And we talked about a little off camera about Cat Williams. He's another personality out there that just hits in an area that a lot of people can't go. You know what I mean? It's the personality behind the person. But if it's putting on an act, that's where it gets tough down the line, because then you've got to be this person, this and this and this. But if you are just that, man, like, the world is yours, man. You can literally take it. And he is. He's being opportunistic, and he's actually going after it. And all kudos, man. Huge shout out to Sean, man. Appreciate you for being on the podcast again, because it was a great time. Learned a lot, and great conversation. The interaction online was amazing.
Yeah, man.
We hadn't seen those kind of numbers and those kind of interests in a while. I mean, we've had some awesome people on here, but I mean, he has that buzz.
For sure.
That buzz is happening right now in the thick of things. Timing was impeccable for us in that case, and for him as well, because I mean, he's able to show the world through the podcast as well as who he is who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's a wow to talk and be that.
Yeah,
be in that role.
And you don't get that. He was on the news as well a couple days after he was on our podcast, and when it comes to the news, there's segments, and you got to commercials, and you only have like 2 or 3 minutes to really get your point across. So people can understand his character and who he is, but they really don't get to know him on something like the news when you do on the podcast, because on the podcast it's just the boys talking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can be yourself like all the way, like
Yeah, for sure, man. And like you can curse on here. It's not like it was the hot studio lights, dude. I've done some of the I've done some news interviews. Oh, by the way, I reapplied for the blue check again this morning. So
Okay.
you still wait. You gotta wait. See what
yeah,
they say.
so since I've got a business account, I can't pay the $5.99 to get the blue check. I could dumb the Instagram down to a personal page, but then I lose all the statistics and all the dashboard that shows how each thing's doing, and the monetization and everything. So I'd much rather go down the route of keeping it as a business. But apparently I've been filing the stuff wrong, because there's a part there where it asks for like your ID, and I keep giving them my ID, but I don't think they need the ID. They've been needing paperwork showing that it's native. So that was the difference, was when it says we need an ID, I put it says name of full name or something. I put Jason Lee Banks, and then I put my driver's license, and they finally wrote back and said, yo, this needs to be like an envelope, like a letter in the mail, something like
Tangible?
sent to
Okay.
the native brand, not your ID.
Oh, okay.
So I was doing it wrong. So I was going in trying to blue check Jay Banks when Jay Banks has nothing to do with the native brand. You know what I mean? And then even though like after you do that, then you could put in like your social media, and then do you have any news articles? And then you put in a news article and it says, do you have another news article? So it makes you put in 3 different items, whether it's a news article or a Facebook video or something, whatever it is.
Okay. Gotcha.
But then you can add more. So I put all 5 in, and I've done that religiously. Like I've got, the notes on there with all of our news interviews and stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, the whole reason I was talking about that was when I was on Fox 19, bro. Like just some of those places, like those lights are so unbelievably hot that you just start sweating. And I was late getting there anyway, so like I got there and I didn't have time. They didn't powder me up or anything, so I was like, just get up there and go. So, by the time I was halfway through, bro, I was looking like Chris Farley over there just sweating, bro.
Bro, speaking, that was one of the things I was going to mention later on in the podcast, but the Super Bowl halftime show, bro, Usher was sweating like crazy, dude. Like, I would just notice, like, it must be, like, I'm going to jump way ahead right now speaking of that, but, like, dude, watching that halftime show, because, it was, like, everyone's anticipating what's going to happen, whatever. And speaking of, dude, he must be going as hard as those athletes.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, because I turned, when I got to it, and I turned, I was like, I commented when I was by my family, I went to visit them, and I was like, what is going on? Is he just jumping in a pool or something?
It's those leather pants, bro.
Dude,
They can't breathe.
And my sister was like, nah, he's just performing hard.
Yeah.
He was in a TV show. It's something kind of like what is it? Ninja Warrior. What is it called?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like American Ninja Warrior?
American Ninja Warriors. It was something like that. And like he had just came on and then he was going crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that like on IG Reels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of the
the performance?
Yeah.
I think the performance, I've seen more entertaining ones for me personally. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was good. I mean, he sings really well, and he has that H-E-R, is that her name? She crushes that guitar.
Crazy.
Yeah,
she sang the national anthem when she was 11 at the San Francisco game. That's why she was a part of this.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was like a little 11-year-old girl, bro, out there singing the national anthem at the 49ers
Now
game.
she's shredding the guitar.
Yeah, which is like, even Kaylin was like, any woman that picks up the guitar, she's like, it's a home run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
if you're up there doing a solo, that's just like Michael Jackson had that female. I can't remember her name. I think she was like German or something. I think her name started with an O, but she was incredible on the guitar, bro. It's just one of those things where like there's, if a guy and a girl have the exact same talent and exact same sound on the guitar, it just looks so much cooler when a little petite girl with long hair and sunglasses is doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anytime those two, anytime we are talking about like people doing something amazing and you have the guy and the girl side by side, I mean, I feel like most of the time someone's gonna take the girl like, hey, you're exceeding it. You know what I mean? And that is it might be a stigma there to that, but it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, there's so many people out there playing guitar, so many young dudes learn how to play guitar, and when you're younger, generally like people encourage girls to do other things. And when one breaks through and gets amazing on that axe, like it's pretty amazing, and it's awesome to see. And she like did it. She looked flawless on that. She was like so smooth with her fingers. Obviously, she has been playing a very long time, and she sang the national anthem. How long ago was that?
I'm not sure.
You said she was like
11
years old when it happened?
Yeah, so that
she's pretty young, so I want to been like 10 or 11 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She's
young.
good.
Because she looks like, she's about like 23? She looks pretty young.
Yeah.
We'll
find out. What'd you think of the halftime show, bro?
I liked it, man.
Yeah, me too.
And then it was kind of like a thing where like, so like we was watching the halftime show, and then like when Usher was performing the Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Ludacris comes out. And
Right.
the next thing you know, he just comes out with the whole afro and everything. You know, so that was kind of cool. It was funny.
You know,
Alicia Keys,
yeah.
I like how she came in and did her thing too.
Yeah, I felt bad for her, man. The very first lyric was her voice cracked.
I know.
They fixed
Yeah.
it. So like anytime you watch the replay of the Super Bowl, you're not going to hear that anymore. They digitally fixed that for her.
I mean, I don't blame them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it's forever on there. I was pretty impressed by speaking of Usher again, his roller skating abilities
Yeah.
on that stage.
One of the roller skaters was
pretty
from
impressed.
Cincy.
Oh, really?
real?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, he got plucked out of the crowd to perform at the Super Bowl.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
man.
pretty impressive.
I'm just gonna look up her age, bro.
Cincinnati, stand up.
Yeah, I thought he did great, man. It was, you don't realize how many hits Usher really has until
They're back to back to back.
back to back
Right?
every 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just like a new song.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm a big Jermaine Dupri fan.
Yeah.
Like 1492, 1472. Like that album was killer, bro. But I thought that was CeeLo Green. Like that goofy outfit that he had on, and then like Jermaine usually wears hats and shit, and it's not it. I mean, he's been bald for a long time, but like when I saw him and I saw those socks, I'm like, that's 100% CeeLo Green, And then I realized like, oh shit, that's Dupree, bro. And then Lil Jon came out,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ludacris came out,
Yep.
like, and apparently Usher asked Justin Bieber to perform as well, and Justin said no. Why
do you think he'd say no? What would be the motivation from your?
because if he gets out there and performs, all of his fans are going to start a rumor that he's got an album coming out. That would be my first like worry about doing the Super Bowl if I was Justin Bieber is, well, I haven't performed in such a long time. If I do it at the Super Bowl, people are going to expect me to perform more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm just
and
not in
there's
that
gonna be-
headspace.
Right. There might be some anticipation that begins there.
Yeah,
And stuff that he's just not ready.
And then I don't
for.
want people hitting me up going, do an album. I'm trying to just work on myself right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to be here. I want to enjoy the game. I don't, I've been there. I've done that. You know what I mean? I don't know if he has done that. I don't think he has
I
performed.
don't think he's performed the Super Bowl, but I think that's why they wanted him. But I think you're right on the sense of like once you shake up things and you shake up the dirt, and all of a sudden you got smoke in the air. People are like, oh, we need him, more from him. And if he's in this headspace, or maybe stuff's just not ready. Maybe he's been working.
I mean, honestly, too, he's so famous that not performing is probably the best thing for him, because like I just want my name to die down so I can go to Whole Foods and go shopping, right? So, but if
he's on another level either way.
right, and what happens if he performs at the Super Bowl? His name's back out there again, and all of a sudden, I mean, he's Justin Bieber, so it's not
What's he
going to
gonna
go
monetize
away.
off? He already sold his discography off, right?
Yeah.
So he sold the discography. So now we're kind of like, what's next for a lot of these high profile stars?
He's slinging that Drew merch, man. I think it's in Zoomies. It's got to be in a couple stores.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he's just fucking slinging clothes.
Just not trying to play big shows, but like that's the biggest show.
For
One
sure.
of them. I mean,
but you don't get paid for it either.
nope, it comes out of their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean,
Which doesn't make sense at
doesn't
all.
make sense.
If you're charging fucking $10,000 a ticket or $700,000 for a 5-person booth inside the end zone,
Yeah,
you got enough money to pay those performers.
for sure. I know they like the numbers they get, like their CD sales, the streaming numbers, obviously heighten after they perform, and I
Oh,
think
for sure.
that's where your compensation comes in, and you find a way to monetize it.
So with
Yeah, what's
Usher,
up?
they was saying that I guess like he got offered like $671 or something like that, and then somehow flipped it.
That's
to like
airfare, bro. They're
100
lit.
million. But I'm just like, I'm like, I don't know, man. That don't sound. It's the Super Bowl.
It sounds greedy as fuck, man.
Yeah.
It sounds greedy. Like, hey, we'll, you know.
But he flipped it to $100 million. So if he did that, that's.
I mean, how did he make $100 million off that?
Like in endorsements and everything. Like, yeah.
Wearing maybe wearing certain clothing, maybe getting certain and like endorsements. Like, I mean, he had the certain shoes. He had specific shoes on.
Those were
Jordans.
custom made by his shoe surgeon that I'm sure he paid for.
Oh.
Yeah.
So obviously he's paying out of his pocket for this experience.
Yeah.
What's he? I mean, he's getting on another level by doing the Super Bowl, being like the likes of Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Like people out there that have done like, because there's a short list of people that have performed at the Super Bowl. To get on that list is bucket list for half the world. Yeah, you know what I mean. So that there, I mean that's where the Super Bowl plays into it. But I mean, it's more people are like a lot of times more people are anticipating the halftime.
Oh,
with the
for
commercials,
especially
the
especially
show,
this year.
everything. You know what I mean? Like especially with they had everyone was talking the whole T Swift, but what I thought was really interesting about this whole dynamic is for like the first time in like most of my memory, the person performing on the stage wasn't like the biggest celebrity in the room or the biggest, most top performer in the room because T Swift was there. She's obviously the number one of anything, and she's sitting there watching somebody else. Like, because like, what happened is if she would have like got on there and performed for like 2 seconds.
It would have been
It broke the internet.
Yeah.
It would have broke the internet. It would have been. I was waiting for something like that because we're in this point in society where things just aren't hitting people the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when they came out about aliens and all these different things, and people are like, "Oh, okay, all right, we just saw 2020. We saw the pandemic. We saw everything. Now nothing's surprising us. Nothing's getting us triggered.
Right.
It's just it is what it is." So the NFL, like anything else, is an entertainment company. Entertainment trying to get buzz. What gets buzz? And Usher, I mean, don't get me wrong, great, all those bangers, all those songs we know, but he's not like the most recent artist that's out there right now.
Right.
It's not. Like they got a lot of older crowd, and then get the younger crowd in.
But
I
it's
mean,
definitely a certified check plug. It's
Oh,
like a
for
definitely
sure.
certified cha-ching. Because
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
who doesn't like Usher?
oh, for sure,
You know?
for sure.
So, like-
but he also is getting older.
Yeah. But, hey, no, you're right.
He's
You know
got
what
an
I'm
album coming out, right? That's one of the reasons why he did this. Am I
I'm
just
not-
imagining that?
I'm not sure.
I think he's got an album coming out. Oh,
Would not be
and
surprised.
hers 26 years old, by the way.
I mean, it's Usher. He plays a big part of our
So
lifetime.
so
you
so
he
15
mentioned the
years
skating
ago,
rink.
she sang the national anthem.
15.
Okay.
So she's 26. That's
Like you mentioned the skating earlier with Usher, so it's like for you know what I'm saying, some people like Usher played a big part of like they skating rink phase in their life. You know, when it was cool, you know, when you went out and you did the all night skating with your friends or whatnot.
yeah.
Like songs like yeah. I mean, just,
Yeah.
Yeah, Usher, he dropped an album February 9th, so 3 days before the Super Bowl. So that makes sense.
Makes sense. That does make sense. 3 days before the Super Bowl. And
So that's where that 100 mil comes from, probably. Is, you know what I mean? Like, it's especially like being Usher at this day and age, like dropping a new album. It's not like it's gonna go straight to the top. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
with,
That's what I'm
with
saying.
how music's changing and how every 6 months there's like a new genre of rap or hip hop or something. I feel like it's always just it's on like a clog wheel that just keeps moving, keeps
Yeah.
changing.
But I mean, maybe that's because like the Weeknd specifically is still seeing crazy numbers. You know, and he did the Super Bowl. So
He's like enormous in other countries, right?
Sure,
like
yeah.
he's killing it.
but
that
when he
way.
did the Super Bowl, that might have a big part. Like him being a part of the Super Bowl exponentially raises his value.
Oh, for sure.
So when his numbers are
Dude,
coming out,
I mean, prime example. My wife was listening to Usher all day Monday. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was.
It's like- is it like
She's part of the statistics, right? Where next day, all of a sudden, Usher's numbers on
Just
Spotify
spike.
are spiking because she's listening to him for a full 5-6 hours.
You think it's also like that nostalgic type feeling too?
100%.
Where it's like, you know, like you hear the classics, you like Usher.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, like you like, you know what?
And then he plays 30 of them. And you're like, damn, I forgot about that one. I
Yeah.
forgot about this one. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, okay.
they're all like every single song, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. But it was just it was a good performance though, on the roller skates. I mean, his outfit changes and all that. Like, he does that quick.
Yeah.
They do it quick. I mean, she was doing that solo. Like, I can only imagine how fast paced when you go down under the stage and how that like whole process.
It's all
They gotta
Velcro.
have like people on the side like doing it. 'Cause
It's
I heard
all-
50 Cent does it too.
Yeah, it's all Velcro, bro. You're able
Oh,
just
they
to
just snatch it off?
pull it off, and then you got another pair right underneath, some shit like that.
That's almost like a pit crew, like a wardrobe pit crew.
Yeah, bro.
Like as soon as you,
Yeah.
you come back up. The next thing you know, you're in a
Right,
whole
you just
different outfit.
jump into the outfit. It's all like ready set up. You just jump right into it.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think of the game?
What did I think
The
of the game?
Super Bowl.
What did I think of the game?
Did you? I mean, obviously, like you thought the Chiefs were gonna win, right?
I did guess the Chiefs. Was really pulling for the 49ers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's so everything pointed to the Kansas City winning that football game. It wasn't the most entertaining game,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah,
I just
thought
really,
it would have been way more.
yeah, it didn't get me like it went to overtime and I really wasn't that like when they went to overtime I was like, all right, well, Patrick Mahomes is going to win this some way.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean,
Would
having
you-
Patrick Mahomes in the position he's in and having a new dynasty, if you will, because now they're being considered a dynasty,
Mhm.
it's very strange that come right out of the Patriots dynasty to this dynasty.
Yeah.
It's very strange to me. And it's like the Patriots like were there for so long. Now it's like this new, because like Kansas City's not a major market.
No, not at all.
No, it's not a major market. So it's like, it's just interesting to me.
Could the Bears have picked up Patrick Mahomes when he was drafted?
Anyone in front of the Chiefs?
My cousin Sammy, shout out to Sammy Albano. He posted it the other day. Is like, this is why I call him a ship-bum organization. Imagine if the Bears would have picked up Mahomes, and he had a photo of Mahomes in the Bears jersey. And I was thinking, all right, I might have been a Patrick Mahomes fan if he was on the Bears though.
Sure.
Probably would have still been best for him to go to the Chiefs because the Bears had Justin Fields, and I think they could have did a better job with Justin Fields.
But the thing is that,
So-
well, Patrick Mahomes didn't come in right as like in the position because Alex Smith was around. Like there was, like, he came into a really strong situation where Justin Fields isn't in a strong situation. Justin Fields is sitting on an island. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be real, he's struggling now.
But
Did
when
the
you think,
Bears?
like,
Did the
time-
Bears
the
get
time that
Caleb
they
Williams or
had-
not?
What I was saying is like the time that they had him, you don't think like they could have like made some adjustments to try to make the situation better, but they didn't.
I mean, I don't think
And
they're.
that's how it ended up to the point where
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, you snap the ball, he's got to run for his life, make plays happen and stuff.
I think that Justin Fields himself is good enough to carry a franchise, but he needs a little bit of help around him. He needs a running game. He needs someone that he can count on. If like a running game that they can pass the ball. So anytime things get heated around him, because if you notice during the Super Bowl and during most of the season, whenever Patrick Mahomes gets in a position where there's a lot of fire coming around him, linemen are all over, he just dumps it off to the running back every time. It's like the running back turns around and waits for it, and he gets out of that position every time. Patrick Mahomes does not get sacked very easily. He's a very hard person to get to the ground because he has like a sixth sense or something, dude. He just gets it. But that's what Justin Fields needs. He needs more support and needs an O-line so he doesn't have to run for his life all the time.
Yeah.
And then he gets to focus
crazy.
on his arm, because right now there's some doubts in if he's going to be accurate enough. The same thing Lamar Jackson went through.
Yeah.
Now we know Lamar Jackson can throw it accurately and be a pocket passer if he needs, and he can also run if needed. So
DJ Ghost said the Bears need an entire overhaul in the front office.
that's true.
Yeah,
I think the
which,
Bears just struggle in general.
Which is like
The Bears may be better off with Caleb Williams. They're not. Oh yeah, not gonna be better. Yeah, they're not gonna be better off. I think they're gonna struggle either way. I think what's gonna happen is Washington is gonna jump up and try to get Caleb Williams. Washington Commanders, and try to trade up. Which, if that happens, I won't be surprised. They did just get a QB coach from USC. They just picked him up. So it's like a whole thing. The NFL's, they all got plans, dude. But the Bears need an overhaul, and they need a lot of help because Justin Fields cannot do it alone. He cannot, and he has been and they have a really bad record, and you can't get much better. Like at that current state, they're gonna have to need wide receivers, running backs, O-line, defense. Like they need it all.
So, my bad, bro. So is you think the Chiefs? Do you think they are a dynasty already? I was trying to go so we can all talk here.
3 championships in 5 years. You gotta give it to him.
And even though Joe Burrow was hurt for 2 of them,
That's
you know what I mean?
That's something.
I mean, that's like
Bengals fans.
That's like calling another team a dynasty when Tom Brady's out for the year.
But I mean, if you won 3 championships in 5 years, I mean,
I am giving them the dynasty.
What could you? Yeah, if not dynasty, I don't know what you really.
Now I think Burrow is good enough
them.
to take them down. I think the Bengals have it in them, but right now, man, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback, and they are the best team, even without Tyreek Hill, even without these offensive weapons that they had years ago. They got rid of him, and they won the Super Bowl, and then they went back to back, and then next year they aren't favored to win it all. It's the 49ers, but they're as close as it gets to get a three-peat. A three-peat, that
never happened. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know.
So what happens if Joe stops him from the three-peat and the Bengals win?
Then we found Patrick Mahomes has his Tom Brady to Eli Manning. And that could be the case.
Yeah.
Eli Manning was the only quarterback outside of Nick Foles.
Right.
But Eli Manning took 2 Super Bowls from Tom Brady, and Eli Manning is literally a career 500 quarterback.
Right.
Same that's in most cases, Eli Manning isn't really a Hall of Fame kind of resume, but he's got 2 Super Bowls, so he's going there.
Right.
But he took them from Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like Tom Brady would be sitting so close to double digits.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think how many he's got. Which is why I'm not ready to give the GOAT conversation to Mahomes, but I do think the dynasty, Kansas City's got it going. Andy Reid's a great coach. He's a great coach, man. He really knows what he's doing. He struggled back in Philadelphia's era, and they parted ways, and he's really made his way. But man, at the end of the day, he's definitely. I think he's going to surpass Bill Belichick in coaching ranks.
Okay.
Yeah, ultimately, because we've seen Coach Belichick lately, and he just seems to not. That's what he hasn't got a job for next year.
Yeah. Jan, what do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So you said, what do I think?
Yeah.
About the whole situation, like what he just said?
Yeah. About the Super Bowl, about like what do you think? Like is it a dynasty? Like you already consider it a dynasty, even if Joe.
I feel like if you win 3 championships in 5 years, yeah, your name deserves to be in a conversation of being in a dynasty. Because I mean, let's say if you win another one,
right. What if he doesn't though? What if
it wouldn't hurt him? Not too bad. Not to the point where you be like, oh, this is not a dynasty. You just be like, okay, just an off year.
Right.
And we hope that'll be the off year that the Bengals ends up going to the Super Bowl, because we've been dealing with injuries, and we know it. Like Burrow with his wrist, and then Higgins been out on some games like with his hamstring and all types of stuff. We just know it's been one of them years where injuries been bothering us.
Right.
So,
and they're gonna tag T, right?
Yep. T Higgins are gonna tag him, which is really exciting to keep him in house. It's like I really thought we were gonna lose him.
So what does that mean specifically? That he
him,
can't be traded?
I saw a post talking about him maybe thinking about going to the Browns.
Yeah, I saw that too.
But I don't know if it was somebody like, trolling or whatever.
I mean, he's kind of been verbal about like his next step is money, like going to different places. But if they tag him, he can't be traded, right? Like what's the whole point in tagging a player, like franchise tagging him?
Basically, they hit the cap differently. Like the way it's structured isn't the same as giving them a deal, and it's a 1-year deal. They can tag them multiple times.
Mhm.
You know, they did that like Saquon Barkley, and he did not want to be tagged for the Giants, which I think he's staying in New York too. I don't think he wants to be there either. Some of these people are just not going to get Super Bowls. Like they're just it's what.
But
yeah.
what does that mean though? So he gets a certain. Does he gets extra money?
It's
Or
a percentage.
basically-
He's getting paid top. He's getting paid like good quality money. He's not like the bottom of the payment scale. I don't know exactly the actual percentage of it, but he's getting good pay. It's just that he isn't getting the contract for it. It's like basically just. It's almost like playing for next year. Are you going to get a contract next year, or are we going to franchise tag you again? If you get 2 years franchise tag, usually players get really not, because they're not giving them a contract. You want a 3. You want stability.
Right, for sure.
Franchise tag doesn't give you stability. What's if you're in a franchise tag and then you get hurt?
Right.
Then what happens?
Yeah. End of the year, you're.
Yeah. Then what do they do? They're like, oh well, we franchise tagged you. Good luck. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know.
I just don't like. I don't understand what franchise tagging means. Then, like, if they're not getting bonuses, if they're not getting extra pay, then like when it's like almost
Well, they
being
do.
held hostage. They do.
Get
That's what I've been asking.
They get more pay, but it's not like they're getting stability, so they don't want it. Franchise tag is like it's always in a team's favor. They're getting like
Is it dependent on how well T does or how well the team does?
I think it's how much he gets. I think it's how much he gets made. How much he's making. I think
I still don't understand what's going on.
Okay, I'll find. Hold on.
Because to me, it just sounds like if you're getting franchise tagged, you're just being held hostage. Like, you can't leave. Do well, you'll make more money, which is basically like putting a carrot in front of a horse.
Got you. I got you right here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like getting them to walk a little bit further.
Right.
That's bro. I was in sales. Like, I don't know if they still like call it that, but like the manager would walk in and he'd be like, "Next sale gets a sale," and they're called carrots. And the reason why they call them carrots is because they put a carrot in front of a donkey to keep this motherfucker walking so that you can make it to the next destination, bro.
Yeah.
That's like the most disheartening like thing you could think of is like, you know what I mean? Carrot, here you go.
Tight.
But that's, to me, that's what it sounds like right now. It sounds like franchise tagging is basically saying you can't leave. Do good this year, you'll make more money, and then we'll talk next year about it.
Essentially, yes, because they're not getting long-term security. That's really
But if T does well, he makes more money. Or if the team goes to the Super Bowl, does he make more money?
yes.
But on both scales?
I think so. Yes. If they go further, the further you go in the playoffs, you get more money for sure. The game checks get bigger, but even the loser gets like $89,000. The loser in the Super Bowl gets.
No one's losing.
Yep. But a lot they were saying
Here it is, bro. Sorry about your loss. Here's 89 grand.
Yeah.
All right.
But like most of those players are using the money from that pretty much to pay for the tickets to get people there.
Oh, for sure.
So like it's kind of going out anyways.
Yeah.
Those tickets are crazy expensive.
Yeah, like even Mama Kelsey didn't know where she was sitting before the game. She was like, I think I might be sitting in the stands with everybody else.
Oh man.
And Travis bought the booth or whatever for her. But of
I
course,
mean-
he's not gonna let his mom and his girl sit in the stands.
They would never.
No.
The NFL would have stepped in.
Did you hear what Taylor Swift did to Kanye West?
Oh yeah, I already know what you're
All
about to
right,
say,
bro.
bro.
So I
already know what
gotta
you're talking about.
I gotta talk
I don't
about
know-
this real
but
quick.
I don't know. You think it's true though? I don't think
100%.
It's true, bro.
I think 100%. I think it's true. I think Kanye is making major moves right now, and so what happened was Kanye tried to get tickets to the Super Bowl. They wouldn't let him get tickets to the Super Bowl, so he walked up and bought tickets right in front of Taylor Swift's booth.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I know that cameras are going to be on her, and he was wearing his all-black outfit, obviously, but he had a mask on over it with a cross on, which I think it was an Alexander McQueen mask. I don't think it was a Yeezy mask.
Something like that.
But his whole idea for the Super Bowl was to drop the price of all of his clothes on Yeezy.com. So,
Okay.
so he dropped everything to $20.
Oh, nice.
T-shirts, long sleeves, pants, even the Yeezy Pods that people bought in December for $200 and still haven't received $20. And so not only did he drop the price of everything, he's like, I'm trying to make all my clothes $20. I'm trying to make it to the point where all of it is reasonable for anybody, which is incredibly dope, dude. Like
That's what Shaq do. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, 100%. So what his idea was to get some FaceTime in front of Taylor's booth. And the rumor is, it's even on TMZ now, that Taylor called and had Kanye removed from the stadium because of where he was sitting.
Oh, wow.
But
she put an X on the product placement.
Yep, 100%, bro.
She put an X on the
But
product
Yeezy made $1.9 million on the Super Bowl without an ad, selling $20 items. And I almost bought some stuff because it was like the stuff that he's selling on the website, the T-shirts, the long sleeve T-shirts, they're not anything that we can purchase. There's not a single blank in the United States that we could buy that would match what he's doing, right? Because all of his stuff is cut and sew.
Yeah.
So it's all got like the really wide neck, and it's got like the long sleeves, and then the short bottom to it. And it could look goofy, it could look cool, but I was really thinking to myself, man, maybe I should just buy like 5 of each size and just repurpose them and then put them in the store as like a native, like one-off.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't end up going for it. We're struggling as it is, bro. I'm like, I'm not going to go over here and buy this stuff and then wait till July for it to finally arrive here.
It's fair.
But anyways, man, I think Kanye's onto something, dude. I think, I do think he's been off his rocker for a little bit, but most geniuses aren't sane. You know what I mean? And for somebody like him to go in there, and the other cool thing, so if you bought the shoes in December for $200, still haven't received them, or if you have received them, he's going to credit you $180 back to your credit card.
What? That's wild.
What?
And to think about the loss of, so now every shoe that he sold in December, he's got to sell 9 more pairs just to make up what he's giving back.
And this would have happened if he would have been able to get the spot he wanted to in the Super Bowl, or are you just speaking like
No, I think this was his plan the whole time, because he there was a lot of like bad publicity about the shoes. People putting the shoes on, and it's basically a sock with a sole on it, right?
Yeah.
And some people, they were pulling them on, and their feet weren't fitting like here, so it was all stretched out. And people are posting photos like, Yeezy, what the fuck is this? And he's responding like, motherfucker, you're supposed to put it on right. Like, don't put it on like an asshole and then fucking call me complaining.
Right.
But it was just negative. You know how it is, bro. When people come out with something that's completely different than anything that you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Now, I was gonna buy the Yeezy Pods for $20, but I'm like, well, I'm never gonna wear them. You know what I mean? Like these are something that I'm gonna buy and I'm gonna look at and I'm gonna tell people I have them, but they're gonna go right in the closet and they're gonna end up getting stuck there, and I'm never gonna see them again.
Yeah, you're gonna get lost in your own.
Yeah, because it's just I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I love the concept though. That's the thing, is
Yeah.
like pressing the boundaries and like painting outside those lines. Like that's what an artist does, dude. Like an artist like thinks outside the box and goes, the whole structure of a shoe is irrelevant. Laces, irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like, get rid of all of it, make it a sock with a sole.
Yeah.
And then we're here. So like I can see this like getting better over time, like this just being the first prototype of something amazing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Stephen Smith was the one that designed it, and I'm a huge fan of Stephen Smith. He's watched the podcast. He's commented on stuff that we posted. I even messaged him about collaborating, and he was like, "It could be fun." And I'm like, "Bro, like,
hey."
I'm like, I know you do big collaborations with the biggest people on the planet, but I was like, have you ever thought about collaborating with an up and coming artist like myself, somebody that you were once in my shoes, hungry, trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was like, I love the thought process, dude. Like, he's like, never know.
Never know.
And I'm like, I told him, I was like, just keep an eye out on what we do, dude. Like, don't, like, it doesn't have to be a yes or no. You know, just keep an eye out and see if what we're doing resonates with you at all. Because I know it will.
Yeah.
You know, he's an 80s kid, bro. He's like me. He's in it just for the fun, just for pressing the boundaries.
Just for the pressing the boundaries and, you know, breaking the mold. But look down here, he says, bring back Touch Me Tees.
Hey, I'm here for that, bro.
See that? Yeah.
I think we need to make that happen this springtime. At least online. Maybe we can do something where you can pre-order it and then we can drop them, because I think you know, the cost of the t-shirts is pricey to get made, because it's even tie-dye shirts are expensive on blanks. Yeah. But to get somebody to actually tie-dye the stuff with a certain product that you can only get in China that changes color at 82 degrees is something that's super dope.
Super dope, yeah.
But to, you know, and then hoodies, right? So hoodies absorb a lot more dye than a t-shirt does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at that point, you might be able to get 100 t-shirts done when you're only able to get 25 sweatshirts done out of the same batch of ink.
Yeah.
But it would be incredible, bro. And I'm here for it. Who said that?
So it was a DJ Ghost.
Hey, I love Ghost, man. We got to link up, bro. We got to get you on the podcast too, man. I love what you're doing. I love seeing your posts and everything you got going on, bro. We need to make it happen.
For sure.
I think the last time I saw him was down there at Revel OTR. He was like the resident DJ down there.
Cool. Nice.
We actually did like a
winery place. They do like wine.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Anthony's fire with making that wine. I got a little tour of the basement and everything they got going on.
Yeah.
But that building is just incredible.
They show you that big old bucket.
Yeah.
They would have put it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we did an event there where we actually had to. We were trying to find somebody to host one of our TV shows that we were doing.
Yeah.
So we did like a big casting call, and it was huge, bro. We had all kind of people showing up for the casting call, and we just never got it off the ground, man. It's one of those things. I still got everybody's contact info, everyone's resumes that they gave to us.
Yeah.
So that's something that's in the list for sure, bro. Because like the content creating is what we need, right? Like that's next on the list, man. Every clothing brand that does well online, or that gets notoriety out there, they've got a base of, you know, 100 videos on YouTube of the store and all the hard work that they put in to get there, man. And we've definitely done the hard work to get here, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just the point of letting people know. You know, they come in and they see the store and they think it's a corporate store. You know, they think I get it all the time, bro. Like how many stores do you guys have?
You mean like that? Okay.
Yeah, like a corporate company,
okay,
there's
like a lids.
There's a suit and tie on the backside that are doing everything, and we're just the little workhorses in here. It's like no, like this is the only store, and it's just there's only 3 of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then they're like, holy cow, like for this to be like the only store, like this would do so well in Atlanta, or this would do so well in Dallas, and I'm just like, trust me, I know, man. Like
Cali. Because a lot of it, like a few people came in here and like they compare it to like the same type of vibe they would get if they went to a store in California.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think that this store, like the way that I built it out, is it to be synonymous across the board. So like, you know, we can do this exact same store and then drop it in Dallas, you know, and then we can put the what's the 215, I think is the area code out there. So we can drop it in Dallas, maybe it's 205, but put the Dallas area codes on the walls, have the podcast here, have the employees of the store interview local natives of Dallas, and all of a sudden we get street cred because we're a new store opening up in Dallas, and all the local artists, musicians, artists, business owners, they all want to get on the podcast because this is something new and fresh, right? Mm-hmm. So then all of a sudden you've got credibility in that town because you got all these people that are doing something with themselves or making something of themselves that want to get on here and want to promote themselves. So in doing that, they're promoting the store. So it's like we've got it set up, man, where, it can be synonymous across the board. It doesn't matter what city you're in. It could be Louisiana. It could be New York. It could be Cali. Birmingham, Alabama, bro. Jasper, Alabama. I'm here.
Jasper?
That's
Okay.
205. 205 is Jasper. That's my bad.
No, the 205 Birmingham.
Yeah, 205
Birmingham.
is that whole that's
it's
Arley,
like
Jasper,
it's a big,
Birmingham.
Yeah, it's like a little bigger.
Yeah. That was a big number, man, back in the day. Because I've got a lot of family that lives in Alabama, and obviously, like when I was first getting the clothing brand off the ground, it was all my family that was buying stuff. So it was like I would do a batch of Chicago stuff, and then I would do a batch of Alabama stuff, and then I would do a batch of Indiana stuff. Like once it's gone, I'll just move on to the next area code. You know what I mean?
Man, if you ever did something like that, it'd be crazy. Because I know I got a whole bunch of hoop friends that I got that know cool people and family and all that, and I could it could be just like that.
Well, that's something that we need to do, man. Like we need to sit down and like I need to pick out 5 influencers on YouTube or celebrities that I think I would like to see wear the clothes. Andrew needs to do that. Tyrell needs to do that. You need to do that.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to, you're going to be able to reach out to your people in Alabama and say, yo, check out, give me the address. I'm going to send you some shit. And then, we're going to be able to send the stuff out to your homies in Alabama, and then they can start spreading it. So then we've got back stock where they can start buying it from there.
I can make it happen. Because, down south, it's a lot of schools down there, growing up, probably, majority of your life, you had to be in uniform and stuff, depending on what school you went to.
For sure.
So, being able to express yourself, and just being in the store, just understanding, when you walk in here, as soon as you walk in here, you see creativity. That's the first thing. That's the first thing
it's
that hits
everywhere,
you,
yeah.
creativity. So, and that's like a freedom of expression.
For sure.
So, I just know, that's what I'm saying. The athletes down there, my cousins, that's into stuff like that.
We need to make some old school Bo Knows Bo stuff for Alabama, bro.
You said what now?
Bo Knows Bo, some Bo Jackson stuff.
Oh, Bo Jackson. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard he's real particular. Doesn't let anyone use his logos and stuff. But that's one of my favorite baseball cards that I've ever had was that Bo Knows Bo, where he's got the shoulder pads on for football, and then he's got the baseball bat behind his back. And it's just a black and white photo.
Yeah.
Andrew's just over there hanging out at fucking J Sal's. It's not like we're running a podcast here, bro.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, I could be tripping. Jordan, I feel like when he was in minor leagues.
Birmingham Barons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, bro. I saw him play down there.
I was a kid, and my dad had to tell me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so obviously growing up in Chicago, huge Bulls fan.
Yeah. Yep.
And then my dad's family's from Alabama, so growing up, my dad bought 2.5 acres on a lake out there. It was nothing but trees, and it was just a plot of land.
Yeah.
And he had my uncle come in and cut all the trees down, and then for maybe the first 5 to 10 years, we would just go camping. We would just go down to Alabama and just camp on that land. And then all of a sudden, my dad built a house out there. So then we were going out there, once a month for vacations. But we went to a Birmingham Barons game, and I got to see Michael Jordan play, dude. And that was such a cool experience.
Yeah.
Obviously, him being 6'6", bro, he looked awkward being out there. He was an outfielder.
6'8" though.
Yeah, Randy Johnson's huge. There's definitely
6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, but it was just those pants, those tight pants that come all the way down. And Jordan, he kept the pants all the way down to the shoes.
I got you.
But one thing I did notice was he was rocking the were they the 12s? No, I think they were the 10s. No, they were the 12s. So he was rocking the 12s, but he had number 45 on the back, and that was before he ever changed to 45.
Mm-hmm.
And we went there. We sat in the third base side, so we sat about 2 or 3 rows up from the field.
Yeah.
Nobody was really there. Actually, it was decent, but it was it's just a minor league game, so it's like going to a high school game. There's not a huge stadium.
Yeah.
But It was such a cool experience, man. And actually, I got a foul ball, and gave it to my sister. She lost it, bro. Doesn't know where it is. She lost it. It's like
Dang.
that's the only ball that I've ever gotten. I've been to so many baseball games in my life, bro. Like, I mean, Cubs games. I was that kid that brought the baseball glove
Yeah.
to the games for
Yeah.
the
Oh,
first.
like in case you had to catch
Yeah,
one.
bro.
Yeah.
For the first
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though, you never
14
know, though.
years
You-
of my life, man. And
I'll
like,
bring a glove too.
Be ready so you can
shout
you
out
never
shout out
know when
to
it
my
might
to my auntie Marie, bro. My auntie Marie, she was working with computers way back in the 80s and became a millionaire like when that shit was completely impossible to do.
Yeah.
Then she lost all of it and then became a millionaire again.
Yeah.
Lost it, became a million. Like this lady knows her shit, bro. But she used to take me to all the Cubs games when I was a kid, man. Like
That's
all
cool.
of them. She would buy me the little finger things and all that stuff.
Oh,
and it
phone
was-
finger.
yeah, bro. Like that was, and it was, my auntie Marie, man. I love her. You see her commenting. Her real name is Carmela Del Vicario.
Oh, okay.
Super Italian.
Yeah.
But
You gotta
um,
write that name in
Yeah, but you
cursive.
gotta bring a glove.
You gotta
I'm just
Gotta
saying,
bring
you
the glove,
gotta, You gotta
bro.
bring a
You said her name
glove.
is Carmela?
just in case.
You gotta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Carmela.
gotta be in cursive. You gotta be Carmela.
Yeah, Carmela Del Vicario. I love you, Auntie Marie. Let's go. She's one of my favorites, dude. It was funny too. Like we used to, like my mom doesn't even know this. I'm gonna go ahead and spill the tea. But when we used to go to Chicago when I was like 21, 22, she used to smoke weed with Jubal and all those guys. Like,
snap.
like I didn't smoke, so it was like, all right, whatever. Like I'll just hang out here. But she was.
Hey,
Like-
it's been a minute since we Jubal, man. He been all right. You know,
Yeah, he's
around
good,
too,
man. He's good. I think he's actually the home life is doing well for him. So he's out in Louisville just kicking it.
Oh, okay.
He is.
okay.
I just saw him. he
Okay,
was just
okay.
here. He stopped by the store like last week or so ago.
Damn.
Yeah, he was just. I was like, man, I haven't seen you
Missed
in
old Bell, bro.
right. I haven't seen you in a minute. He's like, yeah, stuck in Louisville, but I'm trying to get here more often. Trying to get here. I'm like, man, you. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I did see you.
Right.
Like we're talking like summer. Like
He got rid of the condo up here, so he had a condo in northern Kentucky,
yeah.
or an apartment, and then just went from him and Jamie started doing better, so he went back to Louisville. And he's like, why am I still paying for this apartment? Which obviously, especially at this day and age, bro, like apartments, condos, like the price of everything has gotten out of control so bad. It's insane.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy. Like I mean, the taxes and just everything is going up. I mean, straight up. It's crazy. Like the housing taxes and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's crazy.
They, so since
Mine did.
since I live on
So-
the avenue, it was about. My mom was still living here, so it's got to be over 10 years ago. But they were trying to turn Dayton into a historic district. So Bellevue is the avenue.
Okay,
So
yeah.
basically, like, if you live on the avenue, you're in the historic district. So your house you have to go through hurdles to do anything to your house because now it's historic. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also on top of that, they raise the taxes as well,
Yeah.
like enormously, bro. Like 20%, something insane.
Mm.
So like 10 years ago, they were trying to turn Dayton into a historic district, and that was when I've had the place for about 20 years. Actually, it might have been about 20 years ago that they were trying to do it because I feel like it was right in the first couple of years that I bought the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to the meetings and everything, bro. Like I felt like a real homeowner
Yeah.
going to those city council meetings and speaking
Yeah.
my opinion.
Right.
Over there doing my Dave Chappelle,
right.
going there talking to the city about what I want to do. Do you know about that, right? Like Dave went to like all the city meetings in Yellow Springs. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
About Dayton,
Yeah.
like Yellow Springs is like completely. I haven't seen it, but I
Oh,
heard.
you ain't never been in Yellow Springs?
No. I've been to Yellow Springs, and it's incredible. It's
Yeah.
like it's such a hippie's paradise, bro.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
go down there. You can like Kayla and I. We went down there for Cabrera. Cabrera was in town. That was when we made the shirts for him. But it was like Cabrera, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, like just a couple guys from each one of the bands. But we went out there. We had lunch at like a little bar brewery place. Super dope.
Did you go to the little area where they had like the caves and all that with the little waterfalls?
No.
Bro.
What?
Yeah.
So we went down a walking trail. Like there's woods like right near the Yellow Springs. We went down like some walking
that
trails.
downtown area.
But we didn't see any like.
It's like it's a spot you can go over to, and it's got like little small caves and a couple. They got like waterfalls and stuff like that. It's just like trails.
I'm here for it, bro.
Walk
Yellow
through the
Springs
woods
is
type.
like that's a place where if you wanna reset, go to Yellow Springs.
Yeah, tight.
You know what I mean? Like if you're
Get reacquainted with nature and all that. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, like take your shoes off, get your feet in the dirt. Not literally down there, but like just ground yourself again. Like that's the place to do it.
Yeah.
And Chappelle, man, like he's dope, bro. The fact that he chose Yellow Springs is like that's my hometown. That's what I'm doing.
It's real small. Like it's right. Like it's kind of like right there for real.
Yeah. It's
And
just
then,
it's just a small town outside of Dayton, Ohio, man.
Yeah,
But he's got the comedy club. I think it's open now. I think my boy Ty already went down there. But yeah, he's got a comedy club out there now. So he's like turning the whole place around, dude.
Changing the whole culture dynamic of it.
There used to be a Bar Louie out there by the Green Mall. I don't know if the Bar Louie is still there, but he used to come in the Bar Louie.
Bar Louie's fire,
He
bro.
probably had like a couple like dudes, I guess like his security or something. It ain't too serious. It's a bar, but
Right.
still, it's Dave Chappelle. So like, he'll have like two dudes like walking with him. He get drinks. The DJ's playing good music. Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, bro.
Stuff like
Bar
that,
Louie
so-
was fire, dude. Like, they're based out of Chicago.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I ain't know that, bro.
Yeah, their first place is right by Wrigleyville.
Yeah.
Like it's right by the Cubs Stadium.
Never knew that.
Yeah, they're dope, man.
Sure
Their
never knew that.
food's good, and it's built for nightlife, dude. It's like after 10 o'clock, it's like music goes up, DJ's on, pool
Yeah.
tables, like grab your cocktail and hang out.
Yeah.
I always knew about Bar Louie being down here, and then when they had the one up there, I ain't know it's from Chicago though.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
That's
the
what's
one
up.
in Chicago is like it's OG too. Like all the other ones are built like really nice and like, they got. It's always dark in there, but the one in Chicago, it's got a big like Twilight Zone. Like how we got like the spiral on the outside on the inside of the 7-Up door.
Yeah. Okay.
It's on the brick on the inside of the 7-Up door. So when you're coming out of the lab, that brick's got that black and white spiral.
Yeah.
They got like an all black wall with the white spiral. It says like Bar Louie on it. It's like real like first rendition type shit. It's tight, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. And their food was good too, man. I was obsessed with the Vesuvio. It was like a chicken sandwich over there. Yeah.
Interesting.
What's it called? The Vesuvio?
The Vesuvio.
The Vesuvio.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sound like an
Sounds
expensive,
good.
comfortable
Sounds
couch.
expensive.
Sounds Italian. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like probably $9, bro.
You want to sit on the Vesuvio. It sounds like an expensive, comfy couch.
Yeah.
Like it's like suede or silk or something. Like
That's
Right.
funny. Yeah, I could see that too, man. It seems like all Italian words are kind of intertwined with furniture.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to dive in on that. Though.
So we talked a little Super Bowl. Let's talk about.
But before we get off the Super Bowl, I do want to talk about my cousin Rizzo.
Okay.
So yeah, so check this out, bro.
Let's
So
go.
my cousin Rizzo is a part of this company called Better.
your cousin, he really go by the name Rizzo?
Yeah, Mike Rizzo. His last name's Rizzo.
Okay.
But so he works with Jake Paul.
I'm tripping, bro. I thought Lizzo. My bad.
No, yeah, Rizzo with an R. Yeah.
Okay, my fault. Bro.
So, but he works with Jake Paul's company Better, BETR.
Okay.
It's like a betting app and all this shit, and it's like social media influencers. So they went down to the Super Bowl, and my cousin's been like he's that guy that I told you, like ever since he was like 10 years old. He knows betting. He knows odds. He knows if if Tom Brady's dog is sick. He knows everything.
Oh,
Going
the
through-
inside-
going through a
the
breakup, he knows the
ins and
players
outs,
down.
the
He knows it,
inside
yeah.
score. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so he did
That's important to know,
He
though.
did a ton of research because
Tight.
Reba McEntire was singing the national anthem, and they did a ton of research. She sang it twice, and she's been under 90 seconds both times. So they took the under on the 90 seconds for the,
Yeah.
and then but they changed it to 95 seconds right before the game, which is like I didn't think they could do that. I thought you're locked in, right? So if I bought it when it's 90 seconds, then my ticket says 90 seconds. But
That's how it should be.
that's how it should be. But they
Correct.
changed it last minute, which got my cousin and his buddy JoJo worried. But then Reba sings the national anthem, right? And she says 2 Braves at the end.
Yeah.
So she says, "And the home of the brave." So she said brave, stopped it, and then caught her breath and then did a long break.
Oh, she had to do like okay.
Yeah, so she said brave, stopped, and then said brave again.
Because she ran out of breath. She was trying to like.
She wanted
Tight.
that long breath for the
Tight.
last one, but she already said brave, right?
Yeah.
So, and because she held that last note, she went over. So my cousin lost $10,000 on that bet.
They betted on that.
They bet 10 grand that she actually
But how will you even know that?
they got the money from Jake. They literally had an entire board with all these stats on Reba, and they said, Jake, we need $10,000. We're guaranteeing that it's going to be under 90 seconds.
That's crazy.
And then when she sang it, like I said, she said brave twice, and so they lost. But for me personally, like the way that I look at it is, it's not the rendition of your song, it's the lyrics, right? Like if you
Yes.
you
Right.
can't just
Change
the lyrics.
Add a
You
word.
know what I mean? Add words, and it's just I don't know, man. I'm
with you.
I'm here for my cousin, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
Reba owes him 10 grand, and not only that, she posted a video afterwards. Which here I'll go ahead and I'll show everybody so they can hear what she said.
Are you about to play the audio?
Yeah, bro, because so apparently she knew that people were betting on her
Oh wow.
and made this video. Where's it at? That ain't it.
You said she knew people was betting on her. What
Yeah.
if she did it on purpose?
That's what I'm saying.
That's kind of where my head was at too. That's
That'd be
exactly where
funny.
my head was
That's
at.
some-
I was
that'd
like,
be
if
funny as
she like knew it and like a stopwatch, someone like telling
Like, yeah, that's what you
putting
get.
her
Like,
wrist up, and
don't-
she's like, oh,
Don't bet on me.
brave.
That's what you
Yeah,
Throw extra, brave.
She definitely knew, bro.
right.
No, that's crazy though.
Where's this video at?
I do agree with what you were saying about the Super Bowl though. Like, I thought it was gonna be way more action packed. You know, I was expecting like 17-10, 24-17 around halftime, but it was like 10-3.
Right.
So that was kind of weird.
It was.
You know.
I agree. I thought
I thought Kelsey was I thought he was gonna get the first touchdown by the Chiefs. That didn't happen.
he didn't even get in the end zone. I know. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But Christian McCaffrey got in the end zone. Christian McCaffrey went in.
We
got
saw
in.
it coming.
Saw it coming. He
Yeah.
always
We've
gets
been
in.
saying that. We've been saying McCaffrey's the guy for the 49ers for real. In my opinion, you know. Like he's the guy, man.
There it is.
Did you see this fucking video?
Do you know something?
I might know something.
I might know
When
something.
she addressed the fucking anthem bet. I can't tell you what I know.
Well, then I can tell you what I
She fucking rigged it as
So
much
she
as
knew those. So she actually knew that people were betting on it,
And she
made
said
a
brave
joke.
twice.
Yeah, it's a funny joke, Reba.
And she said brave
No,
twice.
that's actually bullshit. No, that all jokes aside, that's fucking bullshit, Mike. Somebody called Jake. That's.
So on that post too, so Reba's actual post, it says when Rex wants to bet on the national anthem length.
When she addressed.
And then she's like, I know something no one else does. And he's like, really? And then my cousin wrote a letter to Reba too. So don't hate me for the letter that he wrote Reba. But it's worth a listen. Let's see here.
All right, we wrote Reba McEntire an email regarding the Anthem Gate last night. So, dear Reba, first and foremost, I just wanted to say I thought your rendition of the national anthem was beautiful. With that being said, I also want to mention that we know you are a fucking snake. The national anthem is sacred, and for you to add extra lyrics on top of it was utter collusion. I think we both know you knew exactly what you were doing. You were aware of our wager being placed, and from the bottom of your heart, you just wanted to fuck us. 10K down the drain, thanks to you, and now I might be a single dad who works 2 jobs. Awful regards, JoJo and Riz. P.S. You looked great.
That was so
Oh my
passive aggressive.
Lord.
Like, I don't know what the
That was pretty
that was
amazing,
hella
though.
passive
Yeah, bro.
aggressive.
That was pretty amazing.
So the reason why Jake Paul gave them $10,000 to bet on that is because last year they bet on the national anthem during the Super Bowl and lost by 0.1 second.
What?
Yeah, they lost by 0.1, and it was the most viewed video that Better has ever had.
By
So,
0.1 second.
by 0.1, it was like 202.1 or something crazy like that was.
That's insane.
Anyways, man.
To lose. Oh. There, someone just posted on. I think it was a buddy of mine. Someone posted online where they missed 1 point on all their legs on their parlay. So they had to hit everything but 1 point in an NBA game. A player got 1 point short of what they needed, like
That's
24.
crazy.
But they hit everything else, like 8-leg, 10-leg parlay. They would have made what, like
If it happened
crazy
like that,
cash.
it wasn't meant to be.
Yep, but you missed it by 1 point.
The world said it wasn't meant to be.
Right?
Right.
Man, I would be
The
sick to
world
my
said it
stomach,
wasn't meant
bro.
to be, bro.
Well, let me ask you before we get on to the next subject. What do you think about the missed extra point? You think that would have
The blocked extra point. He blocked.
Yeah. It was a low kick.
Yeah, it was low.
It was a low kick
Yeah, it
for
was-
sure.
Yeah.
But
Still probably would have went in without that.
right.
They weren't that far out.
But
I mean, it's
it was just an extra
Field-
point,
field
so
goal,
it was only
Extra-
1
yeah.
point. But
it's everything.
would that change the game, or do you think Mahomes would have stepped up and scored a touchdown instead of a field goal to offset the
I think he
score?
would have stepped up. I definitely think he would have stepped up. I think no matter the outcome of any of that, I think Patrick Mahomes wins that football game just because
I think so too.
he just has
I don't
Something.
I don't dislike Patrick Mahomes by any means. Like he's a great quarterback, dude. Like he's a little foo-foo when he runs, but like
He do run weird. I ain't gonna lie to you.
bro, he runs like
he run like he used to be chubby or something.
he's running like he's got an American flag
Like he
just
kinda
tucked in between his butt cheeks, and he doesn't want to drop it.
Like he run
You know
like
what I
this.
mean?
Bro, he run like this, and
Yeah.
then he'll like slide.
Yeah,
It's kind of, you feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
but he's
I don't
pretty
know, it's kinda-
quick.
it's-
he's quick.
But I don't know,
he
maybe
is quick.
is he
but-
bow-legged?
He's quick.
Is he bow-legged? Because that could be an issue. Like,
That could be
you
it.
know, if you bow-legged, then you run weird.
What's
You know what I'm saying?
what's with these people fucking not tackling him though? Like I mean, it's coming to a point where it's happening game after game where people are like he's right there at the first down line, and just like at the Super Bowl, instead of stopping Mahomes a yard short of the first down line, he goes and blocks one of the offensive dudes instead of trying to tackle.
Yeah, I saw that.
Almost to the point where it's like, I'm gonna get fined
If I hit this quarterback,
if I hit this quarterback.
that's
like honestly, like that's the first time that's ever crossed my mind was, is he gonna get penalized on the back end? Not in public, not
a silent penalty.
a silent penalty. Hey, bro, fucking
Yeah,
every time you tackle the big guy, you lose 5 G's.
Yeah, like that.
Not anything that
they probably call it like the Tom Brady rule.
It's just
Protect
so
the-
weird,
protect
dude.
the
It's so
golden boy.
weird that like as an NFL player, you're following the ball always. You're always,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
But-
if somebody is running to the first down with the ball, and you have a chance to stop him, are you gonna stop the guy with the ball, or are you gonna stop the guy to the right of him that's trying to block him?
I mean, exactly. But they used to protect Tom Brady in that same regard. They did. Like, even though he didn't run as much, they did protect Tom Brady a lot. So I think they do a lot of the same protection for Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes,
I mean, do you just not
runs
want to
more
be
often.
the guy that takes out his leg?
I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't
tackle
gonna lie,
him,
you don't
dude.
wanna
Just
be the guy that do
tackle
that.
him.
I mean, obviously,
Tackle him. Just like it's football.
but it's a Super Bowl, bro. It's
But
like
it's-
yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. You feel me? I get what you're saying. But you don't want to be the guy to like.
I'm on both sides. I see
You
it.
don't
Like
wanna
like
be
you
the-
don't want to be you don't want to end
wanna be
anybody's
that
career.
dude. Like that's with any player, honestly. Like,
100%.
You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, bro.
But why not stop him from the first down? That blows my mind, dude. Like
I don't know.
you've played defense all of your life. You've made it to the big leagues, and your chance to tackle one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And instead of going for the quarterback, you go for the guy on the sideline that's standing there.
Yeah, there's something. I think something is always going something fishy in the NFL now. It just is. Things are weird. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think just the end of the Lions game earlier in the season, the end of these games, like just everything's just something's off, and the NFL might be in the driver's seat for it, man. Maybe like, hey, maybe there is a silent warning out there before the Super Bowl. Like, hey, if something happens to Patrick Mahomes, this is what could happen. Who knows? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
not like tackling, but if you injure this person,
Sure. I mean, I'm sure we could word it however they want. They're gonna get the point across.
right?
You know what I mean? And like, he is everything for the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Right now it is it is what it is. I mean, so the NFL protects their best asset, and I would not be surprised if that's the case.
Yeah.
And, and like at the end of the day, people are still gonna watch, even if a funky play happens and it doesn't make sense.
For sure.
What do you guys think? What do y'all think about the 49ers said that they didn't know what the overtime rules were?
Because it was changed
They
for
changed it.
the Super Bowl or for the playoffs.
They changed it for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
They changed the rules.
which
Yeah.
is
But
their.
not even all
I
the
mean,
Chiefs
I mean
knew.
that's their. What's that?
Not even all the Chief players knew either.
No, I heard the Chiefs. Not only did they know, but they were reiterating it during
they
their
had a
practices.
plan. But Hardman, when he got the touchdown at the end, he didn't actually know he won the game right away. Mahomes had to tell him he won.
Right.
So he didn't even know that he won the game.
He said he blacked out. He just said
Oh,
he
yeah.
didn't know
but
what was going
that's
on.
a cop out answer in my opinion. I think he caught the pass and he was like unsure if he actually won when we knew he won the game because they just there was
But I
you
think
won the touchdown.
that's
but
what
even
he
but
meant, like-
But, I mean,
but
if you black
like,
out, I mean, you just won the Super Bowl.
The old rules would be the same though because they kicked the field goal and then you scored a touchdown. So even
you win. You would've-
even during
the rules
the
didn't change.
regular league,
Correct.
he would have won.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
but what I did hear was the Chiefs again going back to you talking about Andy Reid, like every single practice they kept telling them, hey, the rules are different. Oh, the
reinforcement.
So when they knew, when San Francisco says, yeah, we'll take it first. That's like even the announcers were like, ooh, I don't know, like I would rather like know if they scored a touchdown and then we have to score than to score a touchdown and then they have to score a touchdown and then
Right. Did you see what they said if the 49ers were going to score a touchdown, what the Chiefs were going to do?
Mm-mm.
So if the 49ers would have scored a touchdown when taking the ball first, the Chiefs were going to go for the touchdown and then go for 2.
Yeah.
They weren't going to just
Patrick
give the ball
said,
back.
I don't know if Andy wants me to say this, but yeah, we would go for 2.
Yeah. And the thing about that, which is interesting, if you're the 49ers and people are like, all right, well, give the Chiefs the ball first and it puts more pressure on Brock Purdy to have to score a touchdown. And I get that angle. I understand that. But here's the other side of that coin. if you give Patrick Mahomes the ball first and he scores a touchdown, then you're in fourth down territory all the time. So you get 4 plays instead of 3 plays till you get in the end zone. So that gives Brock Purdy, the younger quarterback, another down to get more yardage, to get a first down, to get a touchdown, whatever.
Right.
So like when you give it to Mahomes,
I never thought of it that way.
giving Mahomes a 4th down, that's practically, you're giving him 4 downs. You're just never going to stop him.
Yeah, you're giving him an extra fucking 33% on his back end.
Straight up. So like them doing that, just the 49ers just that's be one of the calls that I think they're gonna always kind of like look back on for that Super Bowl.
Oh, for sure.
Super Bowl 58, the year of the coin, kind of like the flip.
I mean, I never looked at it that way. That it, you know, you've got 4 downs because you're not going to punt it away. You can't. You got it. You know. So really, all you have to do is get 2.5 yards per
instead of
per down.
instead of the 4.
Yeah.
Because if you get in football, if you get 4 downs every play,
3.5 is where you're shooting for.
yeah, you can't lose. You'll go right into it. Which when they used to say like he averaged over 4 yards a play, that got to keep him because that's just the way it like.
Yeah.
You're obviously not
Give
gonna
it to him.
Yep.
He's going to get 33% of the fucking field right there.
Yeah, but in a case where you get 4 downs, I mean, you don't have to do much.
Yeah, it's
Just-
a freebie, bro.
You
It's buy one get one.
right. You quarterback sneak your whole way there because you get 3 yards each time. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So like, that's just not. They should have given the Chiefs the ball because they had the option,
Yeah.
and then 49ers would have got the 4 downs, and then they go for the 2, and they win the Super Bowl. But that's when the defense would have stepped up for the Chiefs. Regardless, the Chiefs were going to win that football game
For sure.
like
I mean, they're
thinking
they're a great team, bro. Like don't
they are.
you know
No,
don't
the defense is what won this game. Ultimately,
sure.
I mean, Christian McCaffrey fumbled,
yeah.
which was a rare thing for
That
him.
was that I think that was just too many plays in a row. You know, nerves running up. I mean, that was like what his 5th run in a row or 4th run in a row or something.
Yeah, he carries all the workload for them. Yeah.
But you're at a big stage, and
Yeah.
the nerves have to get to you somehow.
How well you think Brock Purdy's performance was in the Super Bowl?
I thought Brock Purdy played good. I thought he was a solid. I don't see Brock Purdy as a game manager. I see Brock Purdy as a legit quarterback in the NFL that just happened
A
to
game changer.
he could be a game changer, yeah, because I do think he thinks really quick on that line. And yeah, he's got all these great players around him, but
So what you think the downfall?
I think he's still
what
solid.
you think the downfall on the 49ers in the Super Bowl, because they had the lead and then they kind of like I don't know whether they took their focus off or they lost momentum, but they had the lead. They was up. So like, do you think that plays a part with Brock Purdy, or you think that probably has something to do with the defense?
well, I think okay. So at first I think the 49ers defense super solid. I think the Chiefs defense super solid. I think the offense of the Chiefs played a little bit better than I was anticipating them playing.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes didn't even have his best game, but he still got MVP, which is interesting because
Well, they won.
they won. Right, they won. But I don't know. I think this year
You can't give,
would
you
be
Can't give it to
win.
Kelsey.
you can, yeah.
Or even crazier, you can't win the championship, but then they give the MVP to the guy.
A
who
defensive
didn't
player,
win.
maybe. Whoever made the play, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or the block or the blocked field
the
goal.
winning team.
The blocked field goal. Can you imagine giving to the person whose hand happens to be the one to block it to change the different
Trajectory of the game.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like there's other players that get the game. Now they give it to Mahomes because, like we said, their best asset to the NFL. They transitioned from Tom Brady to Patrick Mahomes seamlessly, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the golden boy, mentality. But like that's what's crazy is now Patrick Mahomes is going to get these opportunities in plethora. He's going to get it all the way because that's what the NFL wants. So they're going to give him the MVP even if he didn't have his best game. I mean,
You think the 49ers might? Do you think the 49ers might stick to leaving Brock Purdy as that number one guy for the offense, or you think they might start looking at other options?
I think they keep Brock Purdy as the starting quarterback of the 49ers, yes. I think so. Yeah. I mean, he's in his second year. I mean, he just got to the Super Bowl. I don't think you can pull the plug on that because just because he loses a game against Patrick Mahomes, who was seemingly destined to win this game. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. I think Brock Purdy is a top.
He's young, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Year two.
He got plenty of time to learn.
He was the last pick in the draft.
One of the things they talk about him, they talk about how good he is as a quarterback. But they also always talk about how well he performs, like in the clutch, like in the final moments of the game, like closing the game out, especially if you already got the lead and just like sealing the deal. Because you know how they look at it when you're the quarterback. You know, you are the captain of the team,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
For
so
sure.
They kind of like, you know, it's been like a little, it's a little half and half for him right now.
Yeah, they. I saw that Brock Purdy was talking about. He was watching Tom Brady highlights all week, getting up to. That one's not going to work, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was doing watching Tom Brady flicks, bro, getting ready for the Super Bowl, trying to learn from the master.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good reference. I mean, Tom Brady is somebody that people have tried to be like Tom Brady for, as long as I can remember. But it's not about what Tom Brady can do on the football field because he was never the fastest. He was never the strongest arm. Yeah, he threw a lot of passes and he threw a lot of touchdowns, but he was never the best athlete on the field. He didn't have the best intangibles. He didn't have the best intangibles. He didn't have the best tangibles. His intangibles, his head, how he could assess everything so quickly, go through his reads, option 1, 2, 3, he could do all those things so quickly. And I think that is what separates him from the pack. So doing that same, I don't know, playing football how he's playing it, you have to see the football game how he sees it. And I think it's a really tough thing to do. Though you can watch football games, watch him and, try to mimic. But when Brock Purdy's out there, Brock Purdy needs to think quick. He needs to think on the dime, get the ball quick. Yeah, he's only year 2. He's got plenty of time. I mean, Tom Brady wasn't even he was definitely not the anchor when they won the early Super Bowls. That was a defense-led Patriots team. This wasn't Tom Brady doing it. Like the first 6 years of Patrick Mahomes is better than the first 6 years of Tom Brady.
Right.
And Patrick Mahomes still has another 10 years. We're not even talking about Brock. I mean, Brock Purdy obviously has tons of time, but Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes are in totally different classes. And going into that way, like the first 6 years of Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, but then Tom Brady, longevity of 20-year career. I mean, that's a long time to stay healthy. That's a long time to not think so. I mean, there's so many factors, but at this rate, man, Patrick Mahomes is gonna. I mean, I think, like we said earlier, Burrow. The conversation with that, I think he is that one on the back of Patrick Mahomes' mind. That's like he's still out there. Like he's hurt this year. This wasn't Burrow's year. This wasn't Cincy's year, but man, like I'd love to see it to be like an Eli Manning to Tom Brady kind of thing when they meet, but it'd be AFC Championship, not the actual Super Bowl,
right?
Because that was a Super Bowl thing. But the 49ers, we could totally get that Bengals 49ers
Super Bowl, for
sure.
because
the 49ers are so good.
Yeah,
they're so good.
I saw a couple posts.
They're so good.
You know what's crazy is to think that like somebody like Brock Purdy, who was picked up last in the draft. That just goes to show you that like if you make it to the big league, you're an elite. Like it doesn't matter how low you are on the draft poll. Like you've made it to the big league and you're good enough to be here.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like I'm sure there's other people besides him. Like Tom Brady, he was picked. Was he last?
Sixth round.
Sixth round.
That's tough.
199.
So and that's crazy. Like to think that like. If you do make it to this level, like you're an elite. It doesn't matter if you're number 222.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
What's how many people get drafted every year?
222. You somewhere in the mix.
237.
237.
Something like that. Yeah.
Is that a prime number?
No, hold on. I'm sure.
It's not. I thought it was supposed to be an even number, but I think there's another pick that
that doesn't make sense, huh?
Yeah. I had the same question last year when we were watching the draft, and I was like, why is it an odd number? And they explained it on the actual casting. Like the announcers that were, because they always like everything has announcers now. Like literally everything, whether it's the draft, whether it's the when the combine, when they show off their talents, they all have just announcers explaining all these different stuff. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like they how much they put into all the broadcasting. But in the draft, they explained why the pick was there. But it may have been that just 1 year though. Now that I think about it. We need. We got some questions, on the live stream on Instagram. If you're on Instagram right now, appreciate your comments and.
Yeah, he said we need some Newport native merch, bro. I'm here for that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's something we do need to do, man. Is like dive into like the local high schools. I keep thinking like it would be. Obviously, and I would love to do some stuff with Newport, since we're right here, and all the boys from the team always come out here, the coaches and everything. But I've always had it in the back of my head to redo that Ryle Raiders logo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like after, did I tell you that I was at a bar? I was at the House of Orange one day, and I saw one of my teachers sitting at the bar drinking. And I was like, I'm going to go up there and say hi to him. Like, I'm sure he doesn't remember who I am. And I walked up, and I was like, hey, what's going on, man? I was like, I think you were one of my social studies teacher at Ryle. He goes, you know what, Jay? I've been thinking about you lately.
Oh.
And he goes, that Ryle Raider logo has such a bitch of a chin. He's like, I think that we should recreate the logo to be you. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, that's fire. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was fire.
But if you know the Ryle Raider logo, he definitely has a butt chin.
Yeah.
That's always been like the one thing about the Ryle Raider. But how dope would that be, dude? Get a mad scientist Ryle Raider out there.
That would be so dope.
Yeah.
Put on the big wall in the gym.
Right. Yeah, dude, and then
I know.
And then definitely make merch. I'm thinking about doing like it would be cool to do a surprise drop for each school. You know what I mean? Like just drop something that's super streetwear native, and it's only for that high school.
Cool.
I think we can kill it. We'll see, fellas.
You'll be back. Okay, yeah, I think they're coming back. Dude, you should definitely make that logo. You should 100%. I mean, I still get the like Ryle, like there's like an alumni page thing, and I still get updates on my email from that alumni all the time. People are like, they donated this much money or something, like they contributed, like, do you want to contribute? I'm like, well, no, I don't, but thanks for the newsletters.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I appreciate you. But you should definitely do that. That'd be so dope. I think it's totally like,
plausible.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, see how open-minded they are. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it would be easier if it was Boone County. You know what I mean? To get rid of the rebel because of stature. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
But I don't know, man. I can see it happening. I think we need to get a little bit better at what we're doing and get a little bit more recognition out there. And then all of a sudden, then they'll be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I mean, they did. Gray Middle School was named after Mark Gray's mom, who passed away.
Yes.
Cooper High was named after Randall Cooper.
Yep.
Who was, dude, such a dope principal.
Dude, he really was. He was there right till the end of mine. Then he had that heart attack.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It was crazy. We were all in shock when that whole thing went down, man. It was a wild time to be in the Ryle district. Man, bringing back all the memories. Because we went to the same high school. So just years and like, was 6 years apart?
I graduated in 99.
07. So
8 years apart.
8 years apart.
Damn.
Dang.
Young and in the building.
All right. Hey,
but yeah, bro. So like, have I ever told you about the time that Cooper called me into his office on my senior year? So
Yes.
so I got called
Tell
in.
the story.
I got called into the office my freshman year, first day of school. I wore the Michael Jordan Carolina jersey, Carolina shorts with the Carolina shoes, and I got called into the office when the first hour, and he was like, "You can't wear shorts," and I was like, "Really? You can't wear shorts?" Like, and he's like, "Yeah, last 2 weeks of school is the only time you can wear shorts." So I had to call my mom. She
That's
brought
the
brought some
weirdest
jeans
rule I've
out.
ever heard in my life.
Yeah, man.
That rule stayed. When I was there, it was still that rule.
Yeah.
You can only
So-
wear shorts until
the last 2 weeks of school.
Yeah.
That is the weirdest rule
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
I graduated with that rule still in place, so I don't
Yeah.
know if it's still there, but it's
So
yeah.
like that was my first introduction to Randall Cooper, right? And then through high school, like I was always the outcast, bro. Like I was the one kid from Chicago, so I stood out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
In my senior year, I was sitting in class, and then the speaker in class pops up, and then it's Principal Cooper, and he's like, "Jay Banks to the office, please." And I'm thinking, "Fuck, man, what is going on?" So I go up there, and you never get called to Cooper's office. You get called to the assistant principal's office if you never have to deal with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
So I go in, and I'm nervous, bro. I don't know what's happening. Like I'm a little bit of a recluse my senior year of high school.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening, and I sit down. He's behind his desk, and he's like, "So how was your 4 years at Ryle?" And I just started talking to him. I'm like, man, like it was incredible, bro. Like going from Chicago to a school that like you have to walk through metal detectors to get into school. To this, it was, and he's like, "Well, come walk with me." So he gets up, and we're walking around the high school, and we're just talking about like my 4 years experience. And he stops, and he goes, "All right, man, go ahead." And I looked over, and it was the fire alarm, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, we got to do a fire test."
Did
And
you pull that shit?
I'm gonna let you pull it. Yeah. So I pulled the fire alarm, and then that was like right by the front entrance of Ryle.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I just pull it, and I put my hands up in the air, and I just walk out of the school. Like that was the coolest thing ever for me, dude. It's like as a kid, like you always want to pull the fire alarm, like you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
Very
so
cool.
he was like, "Go ahead," like so
Yeah.
it's something you always wanted to do. So I was like, "Hell yeah, bro, pull it!" And he's like, "Fucking," I just walk out with my hands in the air. It was like the coolest moment, Miro, because it was,
yeah.
you get called to the office, and it was like I probably shouldn't post this out there, but I stole cars when I was a senior in high school, and I got busted for it. Like I wasn't stealing them and reselling them. I was just New Jersey driving the shit. So like me and a buddy of mine like would 11 o'clock at night go out and just find cars that were unlocked and take them, and then bring them back. Like we brought them back and parked them in the driveway and did our own thing. Like dumb stuff, bro. Trust me, I'm so nervous to have like a kid of my own, because I know the shit that Kayla and I are gonna deal with. But
Right, yeah.
but it's one of those things, man, where it's like I got called to the office, and I'm like, oh fuck, man, like what does he know? What did they find out? And it was just how was your 4 years here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is so
Just
cool, because it
curious,
was
yeah.
like the fact that he just took the time to think about me and to think like this kid had such a different could be a completely different person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Growing up in Chicago. So
Very cool.
yeah, shout out to Mr. Cooper.
Rest in
and
peace.
Yeah, bro.
Rest in peace.
The whole
man.
crew out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was Ryle was a shit, dude. That was one thing that like coming from Chicago to here, it was like, and the grade scale is crazy different. Like if you got a 70 in Chicago, that's a C minus. If you got a 70 here, that's a D minus. So if you got 69 or below, you fail here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a D plus in Chicago. So you can get
yeah.
a 60
Yeah.
and not fail in Chicago.
It was always a 69 for as long as
as
I
an
knew.
F. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, keep it above 70, but
Yeah, Chicago, it's 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 B, 70 79 C, 60 to 69 a D, 50 to 59 an F.
Yeah, I think that's most places have their grading scale, but for some reason,
Ryle was like, it was like 82. I mean, it was like 92 to 100, and then
Yes.
like 84 to, bro, 84 to 91. Like
Yeah.
you can get a 91 and still get a B. It's like what?
right? I know.
But
my high school experience was I was on the wrestling team, so I would always go in the wrestling coach's room, pretty much. Coach Barnes.
Yeah.
well, office with a couch.
Yep.
Yep.
He was awesome, Dave Barnes, but he's still out there doing his thing.
You
He's
drinking, bro?
Yeah, I'll take a little bit.
But my experience, my 4 years, I think I enjoyed it, but I spent a lot of time so focused on music and what I was like playing and stuff. I was just anxiously waiting to get home
Yeah.
to do that. So that had, and I hung out in like two different lunch tables. I was like in the wrestling lunch table, which was usually we'd go into like the coach's office to just chill. Because we were all kind of cutting weight, so we weren't really eating a lot too. That was a whole dynamic of high school that I would never condone. But then I also sat at the lunch table with like the musicians and some of the guys in the band, and the music scene, pre-music scene, because a lot of those guys ended up joining the music scene and playing in bands as well. So that was pretty cool. But I'd say most of my senior year, I just didn't care, and I wish I would have cared a little bit more. Just because I wish I would have thought about my senior year as more of an important year rather than, all right, it's just the end of this. I'm not sure what's next.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just the end of this. It doesn't matter. I've gotten through this. And like at that time, like they tell you how important it is. And of course, you're trying to do school like anyone else, but like the motivation, it wasn't there. So then when I got
You think
to
you know it
college-
all, bro?
Yeah,
you're
do.
18 at this point.
Right.
You think you know everything. It's like
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
I'm going to college. Like I don't need like any
Yeah.
more knowledge from you guys. Like I'm on the college like now. Which is like it's so crazy to think that like at 18 you think you know it all. You know what I mean? Because we see 18, 19-year-olds and they've got like this big ambition and everything they want to do, and it's like cool, make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like don't talk about it, be about it. And that's the problem about teenagers, man. And even when we were teenagers, or at least when I was, it was like, I want to do this. I want to do this. I've always wanted to own a clothing line. Like when I was in college, I was working at Burrow. I was down there as a server. So I would come up to the levee, and like I've always dreamed about having a clothing store here, bro. Like literally, I remember walking through and seeing, what was the game store that was on the corner there? I think it was an independent game store. It was all lime green though. I remember we had to paint over all that lime green shit when we got that store over there.
You said it was a game?
Oh.
Family no, never mind.
No, it was like a
Family video.
it was like a what's that? What's the place I just fucking told Ahan about? GameStop. It's like it was like a GameStop, but like a family-owned GameStop where you can buy games, you can play games there, and it was like they sold balls, which was like the energy drink or whatever for like the kids back in the day.
Oh, okay.
But I've always wanted to have a clothing store down here, bro. So like to get to that point, to this point, it's like you got to remember who you were back then, because I was only dreaming about it, right? So
Yeah.
like I'm already living the dream here, knowing that my day to day is like we need to get to the next level. You know what I mean? We need to get we either need to get multiple stores, or we need to get in multiple stores, or we need more stores to notice who we are. But there's levels to all this shit. You know what I mean? So like the dreamers become the doers, and then the doers become the entrepreneurs, and the entrepreneurs become the millionaires. There's levels to it, man, and you just got to understand that it takes time.
Yes, it does take time.
You know what I mean?
It takes time, and it takes, well, time, of course, but it takes intentional movements going towards the goal. So, like,
100%, bro.
every step is intentional.
Big time. It doesn't need to be a home run. It needs to be
incremental.
You just need to be a few steps further every day. You don't need to be a block down the road tomorrow. You just need to get up, get out there, get a little bit of that done, go home, eat, go to bed, get up, get a little more done every single day, and by the end of the year, you're going to be a lot further along than you think, right? And you're going to be happy about it because you're going to your day's not wasted just looking at social media and sitting on the phone.
Right.
It's propelling you into the life that you want to live. Like we're only stuck in this moment because we haven't gotten to the next stage in anybody's life, not just us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you want that bigger house, if you want that nicer car, like there's ways to make it happen. Like you can't do the same thing every day, every night. Like you've got to go towards something. You got to build towards something.
Set a goal. Like that's
Set a
all,
goal.
Yeah, set a goal. Literally set it. Just be like, hey,
Set little goals.
little goals. Look, when I
Make
say
your bed, bro. Like that's one of the
Yeah.
biggest things that I've seen millionaires say, which is like, look, set goals, but start off with getting up and making your bed. Like cuz that's gonna feed your mind to go, okay, step 1's done. Step 2, let's get to it. You know what I mean? Like and you don't realize things like that by making your bed. It's just
Put you in a good mood
it
and
puts you in a
everything.
good mood.
Yeah.
It's putting you out there. It's putting you in a different headspace. That was one thing that I noticed. Like when I stopped Scott's Lawn Service, we were talking to the One Mailman last week about making that transition. And the big thing for me was, if I'm going to quit Scott's, I'm working 60 hours a week here. So I've got to put 60 hours a week into my business. So what I was doing was, I was waking up at 6 a.m. for Scott's, and I was done by 4, 5. So I was like, I'm doing the same thing for the brand.
yeah,
And it was like I would get up and I wouldn't change my clothes. I would just have my pajamas on, and I was on the computer and I was trying to get shit done. And it's like, bro, you've got to no pajamas. Get out of that. Get dressed. Take a shower. Get out of your clothes that you wear at the house. You know what I mean? Like, and when that happened, then stuff started changing. That's when I noticed my demeanor was different. Like, the only difference was the clothes I was wearing. I wasn't wearing pajamas. I wasn't wearing a robe. I got dressed.
Yes.
And once you got dressed, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm ready. Where
Right.
where am I going, or what am I doing?
What am I doing next? Yeah, I have something like similar. When I get up, like the first thing I try to do is like I let the dogs out, whatever. But then I grab, because like my dog, I have a husky, so he sheds a lot. So like I grab the vacuum and put it in a position so that I can go ahead and plug it in and do something. And that's like how I kind of get things started a lot, is just vacuuming. So then when I come back later, it's all done. And like I do that a lot. I've been doing it for a long time. And vacuuming, just like, it's kind of therapeutic when you're cleaning it up. And my vacuum is like really smooth. It's a nice Sharks. Like it's a good experience. I don't have to worry about like it being hard to navigate. So I just vacuum up. My house isn't very big, so it's not a lot of space. But like I get that done, and that's like my equivalent to like, yeah, I'm making the bed and like whatever.
Taking out the trash.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It just gets me going. It's really quick. It doesn't take me long, and it is something I value, and it cleans things up. And it's cleaned up after Coda. He's outside. They come in, let him down, feed him, and then put him away before I head out to do my thing. But like, it's just I enjoy the feeling of it, and I enjoy that, getting that done. And it's like one task off that I don't have to do it. No one's telling me to vacuum. You know what I mean?
But if you don't, after 2 weeks, that house is going to look cluttered.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be
Definitely
hair
over 2
everywhere,
weeks.
and you're gonna get into that mode where like you're not happy. You're not. You don't like the place you live.
Yeah, I will literally. I mean, I'll vacuum every single day. I mean, I'll turn it on every day if I have the available time. Like, I mean, I'm here all day on Sundays, so getting up, I'm usually on the way. But like, literally, like Monday morning, because Mondays are kind of like my Wednesday. My week's shifted a little bit. Yeah, it's Monday's my midweek. So Monday I get up and I get all my stuff done. Get like the week going. But even though I'm midweek, I'm midweek in the work sense. You know what I mean? So like it's just like it's part of my routine.
It's dope. These
these
guys
guys
are playing.
I guess that.
No, bro. What was that? What was that? American Gladiators, where they had to take the ball and try to toss it in
he's
in the little barrel that tips over.
Yeah, he's trying to block him from getting it into the cornhole.
Oh, he got it. He ain't got his shoes on. He got socks on.
Yep.
Got to be careful.
Almost did that ball buster 3000, bro. I see you.
No, he's playing in
I
Crocs.
see. Hey,
he's
first,
playing in Crocs.
First of all, we've got Courtside Flo over here who's been doing hella social media.
Yeah, bro, your numbers
hella
are crazy.
social media. So it's cool to see you doing that, because you're taking all the NBA highlights and then you're reiterating them. So you're bringing them out to the people, bro.
Yeah, you feel
yeah, and you just had a video about the Ball Buster 3000.
The Nut Buster 3000. Halle Berry that played with the Indiana Pacers. Yeah, he was driving to the basket and something happened. He slipped, and next thing you know, he just busted a full split. But we all know what that feel like.
In the building.
We all know what that feel like, you know.
And that's what's crazy, bro. A little bit of sweat on that court will ruin everything, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you're not even expecting
dude.
it. You know, and all you thinking is go hard you trying to get past your defender, so you putting all your force into it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, there's like a little sweat stain or something on the floor that the guy forgot to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, you could be out for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah. on a quarter sized thing. It doesn't even have to be much.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't have to be much at all, because you're on the balls of your feet for a second, trying to project forward, and that little projection, like banana peel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
We see it as soon as we see his legs do one of these. We like, ooh, Lord, you feel it in your you feel it.
Yeah,
you feel it.
So when I played for a couple elite basketball leagues in Chicago, like traveling teams and stuff, and we were playing in one of these stadiums, and they had they were doing gymnastics beforehand, so they try to clean up the floor. You know, obviously they need to clean all that powder up or whatever, but there was a little bit of powder that was left.
Oh, Lord.
And the coach's son, bro. So like, worst case scenario, coach's son, who was dope as fuck at basketball, he's going to the basket, slips on a little bit of baby powder, falls on the basketball, and breaks his arm here. So from his wrist to his elbow is snapped. So now it's like it's bent, and then his hand is like this.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, coach flipped out. Took all the chairs, started throwing them everywhere, like, this fucking place.
That's
like,
his son too. So
yeah, bro, and his son
that-
was a star at that. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what
and
I'm
it
saying,
just
bruh.
snapped his forearm, bro,
That's
completely.
What I'm saying. So like,
Yeah. And that's one of those things, like, you know, we were playing that it wasn't like it was the beginning of the game. That was like third quarter, fourth quarter type shit.
when you forgot about it,
Yep.
it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, nut buster.
Quick,
3000.
bro. Quick. It's just happens, and all of a sudden he stands up and his arm is just dangling. He's just like, oh. And then everything went downhill from there. Anyways.
I just seen funny stuff like that. I just seen stuff like
Sounds terrible.
I just seen stuff like, all right, so I was a junior, and it was this dude that he was a senior. He was playing on the team with us. He was like our top shooter. He was our best shooter on the team. And something happened where he was diving after a loose ball, and he ran into the Gatorade thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And we was at home, so the jerseys we had on was white. So like when he ran into the Gatorade thing, like it just was drenched in red. They had to give him a whole nother jersey and shorts and everything. It was crazy.
Red. Speaking of the color of Gatorade, do we know what color it was at the Super Bowl?
Purple 2 years in a row.
Purple 2 years in a row.
Which has never happened. So again, like I said, my cousin is insane when it comes to betting and odds and all that shit. So they did a lot of research, and apparently they've got 4 flavors of Gatorade on the sideline: blue, red, yellow, and purple. And it was red, blue, orange, and purple. And
Okay.
they were narrowing it down to the two most popular flavors. So they were like orange and blue are eliminated because most of that's going to be drank. So you want to dump the Gatorade that has the most Gatorade on the coach, right? But so that leaves red or purple. And the purple was used last year to dump on the coach. So they went with red this year to dump on the coach, and they used the purple again. So even though you think that like it's like a 25% chance that you're going to win these things, there's so much like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if everyone likes orange and the orange is gone, then it goes from 25% to 33%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man.
So at the end of the day, purple Gatorade is the least drank Gatorade, at least on the cheaps, if not the most unpopular Gatorade in the NFL.
I think that's the most unpopular Gatorade in NFL.
Yeah.
Because purple Gatorade tastes like medicine.
You know what? There's a lot of people because like grape isn't a real flavor. Grapes doesn't taste like that. Grapes don't taste like grape.
We love grape, but it has to be in a situation where it makes sense.
It's got to have a ton of sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to have a ton of sugar for it to taste like. But grapes don't taste like grape soda. Grapes don't taste like grape drinks. You know what I mean? Like grape soda doesn't taste like grapes. It's an artificial flavor completely.
True.
It's just a purple flavor.
It's purple flavored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like blue drink.
I'm here for the blue drink.
Fair.
Yeah,
Cool
we all
Blue's
like
my
the blue
shit,
drink.
bro.
Yeah, we like
Blue,
the blue.
blue drink. Me
We
too.
all
Me
like
too.
the blue
Blue
drink.
drink. Yeah. I mean, the Gatorade choice, everyone avoiding purple.
It tastes like medicine.
So that's how they, like when you're making this bet, like you have to think on, like, you thinking about that? Or are you thinking about last year's? Are you thinking about an order, like is there like a pattern?
There is no pattern. They've never dumped the same Gatorade twice.
And this is the first time?
Yeah.
When's the last
Oh, wow.
time?
Okay.
When's the last time you ever poured you something to drink, and it happened to be great?
All the
Think
time,
about it.
bro. I'm from the hood, man. Grape soda's my shit, bro. If you can get Welch's grape soda or Sunkist grape soda,
Welch's grape juice is clutch.
yeah, and then Sunkist, bro. Sunkist is fire too, but you can only find it like Jungle Gyms now. Like Sunkist, they got rid of the grape. They stick with just the orange. They've got some like other funky colors, bro. But that grape fucking Sunkist, ooh wee.
Ooh-wee. That grape Sunkist.
I'm here for it, bro. Grape soda's the whip. It's the fakest flavor on the planet, and I love it. All right, man. Anything else we need to talk about, bro? Super Bowl. We talked about That One Mailman. So he's got another gig coming up March 24th. The 7 o'clock show was sold out, so they're doing an 8:45 show.
Yeah.
So go ahead and pick up your tickets. They're only $37. It's going to be That One Mailman and friends. I know his friends. They're funny as hell.
I like the input y'all y'all talked about when y'all was like, see him in a movie. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know, just one of those, like almost like kind of like a Friday or something. You know what I'm saying? And
Bro,
then
he
it's that
would be
one scene
perfect.
where it just hit straight to him.
That would be the
that'd be
perfect
sweet.
cameo,
That'd be
bro.
sweet.
Perfect cameo
Oh,
is
yeah.
him and
Sweet.
Friday just delivering mail.
Yep.
But say
Oh
something.
shit! What up, Stinker Booty?
Yeah,
But
right.
doing
Yeah.
just being him, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
That we need to get him out there, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so
Then someone like in the background goes, "What up, OG Stank?" And he's like, something like that. Yells
Yeah.
it back, like, "Oh, it would be the perfect cameo."
oh, it would
Oh,
be, bro.
dude,
It would be. He's on Cameo too. If you guys want to get a cameo of That One Mailman, you can hop on Cameo.com and make it happen too.
Yeah.
I think he just raised his prices because Gary Owen was like, "Bro, what are you doing? Like, you can make way more."
I saw like a TikTok where he was mentioning stuff like that. He mentioned like a guy. It was like another comedian. Like I guess this happened a while back. Like when he was like first, you know what I'm saying, in motion with what he was doing, and he was talking to a guy, and the guy was like at a Motel 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he said he was like stressing. He was like, "Yo, you
That's because you didn't get a good night's sleep. Like you stayed in a motel when you should have stayed at the Radisson,
like,
bro. Like,
and
yeah.
it makes sense though, because it's like if you take that little time out, you know what I'm saying, make that little small investment, you know what I'm
Gotta
saying?
treat
You
yourself, bro.
Treat yourself. You laying back, good covers, good pillows. Like Wi-Fi on
That's
10.
and
You know what I'm
that's
saying? Like everything
Like
good.
you belong there.
Like you know, but
Treat-
Motel
treat-
6 gonna have you looking like you gotta look out the peephole.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Like you just
I mean,
get
that's
a good piece of mind. My fault, bro.
no, you're good. That's a great story though. That you know that you've gotta get your mind in that mental space. Like you've got to understand that you know you are worth it, right? Like you are worth the extra dollars. Like come out here. Spend the extra 50, get the better room, get the better bed, get the better night's sleep, wake up and kill this shit, bro. You know, there's like my wife, she's always looking at houses to like a weekend getaway in Hocking Hills.
Mm-hmm.
And she's finding these wooden cabins that are dope, right? They're like out in the middle of nowhere, no one's around, and it's just like a small wooden cabin. And I'm like, look, like if we're gonna go do this, like let's have something memorable. Let's not go to a small cabin that you know is gonna have issues. Let's spend the extra $100 a night or whatever it is, and really enjoy the time that we're there. Right? You know what I mean? Like there's a getaway's a getaway. You know, and like when it comes to me and my wife, like one of my favorite parts about going on vacation is just driving there, bro. Like I love the conversations that we have. So being in the car with her is just as dope as the vacation itself. But I'm always telling her like, look, like, you know, let's make it memorable. Let's make it something that we're gonna look back on and go, that was fucking. We got to go back. Not let's go back and find a different place. Let's go back to that place. Like that's the type of shit that you need.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna make you feel better about it. I'd rather spend $600 and feel like a king than spend for 3 days than spend $300 for 3 days and feel like we're glamping. You know what I mean? Like there's just you just got to treat yourself when you're on vacation. When you're not working, you got to make sure that your time is occupied correctly. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to leave here on my, you know, when we're working every single day and then go on vacation and rough it, right? Like I want to go out there and be able to sip coffee and watch fucking moose in the backyard.
Yeah.
Not squirrels. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just that type of thing.
Quality of life.
Quality of life, bro. And that's
And
it's
peace of mind.
peace of mind. 100%.
Because that's what, like, when it's time, like, you know, in one mailman situation, you know what I'm saying, having that peace of mind is everything. Because then now it's like you can come out, you know what I'm saying, you come out in front of the audience and be able to like be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just be able to be comfortable, completely like do what you do.
Oh yeah.
And you know, and they go feel it and they go love it, and then yeah, you reap the benefits from that. You know what I'm saying? Like
For sure.
because they feel energy when you're comfortable.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you come out nervous or you feel like uptight and stuff like that, like people, yeah, they recognize it.
Yeah.
We just seen enough like people online, the trolls and all that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I felt having that peace of mind. It's gotta that's important.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
important.
excited to see the show, man. I'm gonna try to grab tickets for the 8:45 show. It's just one of those things where it's like, first time he's out there. You know what I mean? Like that first show is gonna be
amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And it's the first of many, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like,
he is.
Like we said earlier, getting tied into the funny bone at an early stage like this is, you know, he's in the Rolodex now, bro.
Yeah, he is. He is.
You know,
He didn't have to. he got his platform to get him to new heights quicker than having to go through the grind of being a comedian and building up through the years. But now it's where he's gonna shine, man, because like it's his own creation.
yeah.
There's not even expectation. There's not even
He finally
expectation.
gets to be himself.
Right. And gets to just be funny and
No, but he himself. But it's
he-
like
he is himself,
But I
yes.
think like him, like seeing him, like it's like, you know, you know how they look at like the whole Instagram and TikTok stuff, but it's like, yo, like this is what it is right
Yeah.
here. You know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying? Like TikTok's right now, TikTok is competing with YouTube.
That's crazy.
You know, like I feel like TikTok can be like a search engine somewhere down the road, maybe like 5-10 years down the road. But it's just because so many people use it. You learn a lot of stuff from there. Same things YouTube or Google, and they already like doing.
Yeah.
like,
I mean, but
some in between stuff where they competing with YouTube or whatever. But
TikTok's
that's another
implementing so many things that it's it's really like putting them out there in the atmosphere, bro. Like you can sell stuff on it on TikTok,
Yep.
and God forbid, like anything you hear, if it's a trend on Google, it's TikTok tells you this. I learned this from TikTok. Like TikTok is
The
telling
new
you,
Wikipedia.
yeah, bro. Like I saw some one of my Facebook friends today is trying to I don't know, grow lettuce or something out of like a mason jar in her window by her kitchen.
Okay.
All she did was she posted like a little nub of like I think it was cabbage. It could be like a pineapple or
she was
something.
growing out the mason jar, showing the day-by-day process. Or whatever.
Yeah, sure. Well, it wasn't a day-by-day process. It was just the photo of the mason jar with the thing, and then it said, "Fucking TikTok made me do it." You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
see if it works. Yeah.
Right. I got you.
But that's it's just people just trying to reiterate things. You know what I mean? Like I see a lot of the times where people like there's this one guy. It's called Ain't No Way, that 40-year-old guy. And he's like, there ain't no way in my 40 years I didn't know this. And then he goes and he tries it and he's like, it works. and it's just like all it is just like a 16-year-old kid doing something where, you know, fixing drywall like with a simple patch or doing something else, you know, and he's just like, there's no way this is going to work. And then he just reiterates what that guy did, and he's like, "It worked."
Yeah.
And he's got millions of followers
Damn.
just because he's just
Basically redoing exactly what we just did.
yeah,
Yep.
and just saying, was that fake or not?
Yes, testing the theories or whatever. Yeah.
100%.
There's quite a few people doing that, and it's about the personality when they react and how they're
Oh, yeah.
like, you know, they're like their eye movements and their how like
Oh yeah,
enthused they are, you know, like emphasizing it, like and being that personality. It's really the personality that sells everything.
for sure.
You know what I mean?
One of the videos, it was like a master lock, right? So it was a master lock, like you know the ones that we were selling for the bridge.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't have a key for it, one of these guys took 2 hammers, and the lock was just hanging there, and they just took 2 hammers, bang, and hit it on both sides at the same time, and it broke open. And the guy was like, "What? No way! I got to try this." And he's like, "I got a lock on this chain that I haven't been able to get off. I haven't been able to use this chain in 2 years. Tried it, bang, one time it broke open." He's like, "No fucking way." Okay. So it's just like things like that,
Yeah.
like, which by the way, master lock should definitely have a better lock. If you can take 2 hammers and just dink on both sides at the same time and just wiggle that bitch open, like
That doesn't seem. That seems.
that doesn't seem like a master lock at all. That seems like a mini lock,
right.
a Mrs. Lock.
Can have it right.
This is like
Baby lock.
Yeah,
baby lock.
Yeah.
yeah, baby lock. That's
Yeah.
exactly the name of it.
Yeah. Amateur.
Semi lock.
Semi lock. 50% protected. we don't go all the. But yeah. So as we're wrapping things up, any new music coming out, Yaman?
Yeah. So
Courtside.
I have some new music coming out, but right now I'm not talking about none of that. Cause
Yeah,
I
okay.
got like 2 EPs that's in the process right now.
Cool.
You know, the way how I'm gonna do things is the singles and like the EPs that I'm coming out in the first 6 months of the year. I'm doing rollouts.
Okay.
So like,
Because you were going to do a lot of songs this year. That was what we were
yeah,
talking
I already,
about.
yeah, I got like 2 EPs done.
It's cool. We're just getting started.
I've been on the grind, bro.
Yeah, man. I see you. I just want. I'd love to get the shine out there. You're here. We're trying to promote and what you're doing. Like your numbers online, everything you've been doing, like even the sports review and stuff is all like.
It's cool.
It's super. It's cool, dude. It's cool. I enjoy watching them.
You wish
all
what?
the algorithms are different, and that's what I'm really trying to try to really get a pinpoint and nail on. Because Facebook algorithms and YouTube algorithm and TikTok and Instagram, they all different. They all work different ways. They all they have. Some people get real deep into it where they want to figure out what's the best times to post.
For sure.
I don't really have that time to figure out that because that's all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
just post consistent.
I'm trying to learn more. I'm
137.
learning more about SEO.
That used to be it. I don't think it's the case anymore.
Oh, I'm sure it's any time now.
I don't think there is even a specific time.
1:37
1:37 p.m.
1:37 p.m. was the number one time to post.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like on what you mean? All around?
All around. That was probably 2 years ago. Gary V.
Longer than that. I think.
Gary V. actually even created an Instagram called 1:37 p.m. and he dives into all that shit, bro. So he does all that algorithm to understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets pretty deep with that, with the algorithm specs and everything, the highest flow of traffic, and but also
it makes sense though, because like you wouldn't want to post like, even though you think posting at 7:00 would be a good thing because everybody's on their phone, or 8:00 because everyone's done eating.
Some people
right?
sleep.
But the thing is if you post around 2:00, then you're gonna get traction up to 7 p.m.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
see
So
what
then
you're
at
saying.
7 p.m., hopefully you got a little bit of traction where people are now on the phone going, "Oh shit, people are already sharing it."
Yeah.
You know, who knows, bro?
A lot of the love been coming off YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, you know what
TikTok's
I've
been up and down and kind of weird, and then IG has just been like whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like kind of where is it?
You know what I've noticed, bro, is Native on the Levee has been on fire. Like every time, the Jay Banks page has always been like the honey hole. That's always been the one where I get the most traction from. I post something, I get the most results with.
Yeah.
But now when I'm checking, like, when you hop on Facebook and you've got new messages or new whatever it is, you click on it. Every one of them is like Native on the Levee. So I've got to click it, and then I've got to transfer from Jay Banks to Native on the Levee.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
the
like
same thing.
we're getting a ton of comments and likes and feeds engagement on Native on the Levee compared to Jay Banks, which it's always been the latter. It's always been I post stuff on Native on the Levee just so you know that we're here. You know what I mean? And I post stuff on Jay Banks so you know that you can buy it. But it almost needs to flip-flop now where I'm just posting stuff on Native on the Levee because that's getting a lot more likes and feeds and feedback.
And then take Jay Banks and share the Native on the Levee to give it an automatic share.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Which for some reason, if I do that, it gets like 0 likes, 0 attraction, and it's not just me.
Yeah.
Gary Owen does the same thing. So Gary will post on his like influencer Instagram, and then he'll reshare it from his personal. He'll post from his Facebook Instagram, and then reshare that from his personal Facebook, right? And then this dude's just draining him now. He's found the hook. But his original post will get 109 comments, 300 likes, but then his personal page that he reshared that will get 7 comments and 30 likes. You know what I mean? It's really strange how it works, but that's probably how Facebook wants it to go, right? They want the businesses to get the interactions.
But they want the businesses to pay.
Yeah, for sure.
So whatever gets you closer to paying whatever toll, they need to get to the next tier of interaction and engagement and likes and followers even.
Yeah.
But I think we've gotten a lot of interaction recently because we started the year out strong and the year out ending strong with the podcast. So like the guests are sharing it,
For sure.
the guests on the podcast are definitely sharing it and getting the traction.
The guests on the podcast are a huge aspect to what we do. But
and I consistently post on it as well. At least, I've been like obviously post the sports podcast. Like there's things, it's consistently happening. I think the consistency is playing in our favor because we are just very active,
right?
And that activity is eventually going to catch up. And because we've been active for a while now, it's not like we just recently have been active. It's just taking notice, and people get more shares often. People are getting to know us. There's a lot of dynamic going on for sure. Because I see what you're saying. Like my personal Facebook page doesn't get the traction it once did.
Yeah,
just doesn't. Now if I post any kind of post with Charlie in it, always getting something because the internet loves seeing kids' photos and kids having a good time and being happy. So that helps the algorithm. But outside of that, like my posts aren't the same as they once were, just because of different traction, different industry that I'm in. When you're in the music industry, a lot of times when you're posting and stuff like that, you get fans that help you out in there. But like now we're so enclosed, so fans in native will, chime in. But like it's a totally different landscape. Social media has changed over the years. I remember when my go-to was like direct DMing on Instagram before DMing on Instagram was like popular. Everyone used to email people like to record labels, and I was like, maybe if I DM'd like this guy that's a part of the label, he can tell him. That's what I always thought. Like,
for sure.
That was my play, and I did that like
second in charge.
Yeah, like 2000. Yeah, exactly. That was my play, and like that was like 2014, 2015. It was like a time when that wasn't really like the thought process in that scene. At least I hadn't talked to anyone about it. And then now there's people are like going through LinkedIn is like the new way to get like not backdoor anymore. Now it's a front facing thing, but LinkedIn for a while was a really good way to get to record labels and get to people in the industry because it's
LinkedIn. They want to charge you $129 a month to message people. $129 a month to message people. Over 100.
When did that start? Is that a new thing? How, like that's
at least the past 6 to 8 months because like whenever I'm trying to message Lids or like a buyer from Lids or a buyer from any of these other companies, there's a paywall. It's like you can like them as a friend and you can like their posts and stuff, but if you want to write them specifically, like you got to pay the piper.
All right.
Only on certain people though. It's weird. Some people like I don't know if I don't know what the difference is, but some people I can message Johnny Cupcakes on LinkedIn and talk to him on there, but I can't message Marielle from Lids for some reason, even though we're already friends on there because I've added her as a friend. Maybe she has to add me to get that message app open, but other than that, like. You gotta spend fucking $100 plus a month.
But do they? This is interesting. They bring this up. Do they have like some kind of indicator that they're someone that they have to be paid for to talk to?
Mm-hmm.
So how would?
No, it's not like I'm trying to message Drake on.
Right, like it's not like there's a blue check that's saying, "Hey, you have to go through this paywall to communicate with this person."
I'm trying to message somebody that no one's ever heard of before. You know what I mean? And he's just in a position
that can make a difference.
Yeah, in us, but it is what it is, man. It's LinkedIn is it's a low man on the totem pole, but it's a useful tool because that's where all the CEOs are. That's where the CFOs are. That's where the brand management and the marketing is. You know what I mean? Like they're all in there because they're hoping to get the next job. You know what I mean? Like that's their MO is to be on there to try to get to Liz or try to get to the next stage.
Yeah.
So
and that's the strategy that I would take. Though it's like just like earlier, like back in the day, Instagram wasn't the move. Like people were going through Facebook a lot, but like emails was that was the way to contact. Like you don't send your press kit. You contact them and then wait till they ask for your press kit. That was the rules.
Yeah.
But like that's how we did it. And then
Emails are tough these days, bro. Like
but I mean, it's time periods. Things are changing.
Oh, for sure. But
Yeah.
but the fact that people are getting so many emails these days, it just gets lost in translation. You know what I mean? Like the lids thing. Like I send everything over for lids to the sell sheet and like the lookbook and all that stuff. I sent all that over, and it's like I don't even know if they got it because I haven't. I'm messaging the guy on Instagram and we're talking. He gave me the email from there, and it's been crickets since, which is fine. That's how business goes, right? Like, but January, February, March is the buying time, so it's like
We're there.
Yeah, I'm ready to fucking knock on the door in Indy and say, hey, I haven't gotten that email. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. I think this is a follow-up method, or follow-up point. So I would say following up, and I would just be persistent, because the worst they can do is tell you no, and then
we go to Hat Club.
Then we go to the next one, and it's not that we don't appreciate them in general.
It's just
that
if we're
closed mouths don't get fed, man.
Kanye West, Jay-Z, let's go.
There you are.
Did you ever see that one little snippet that changed Kanye's life forever, bro? So he was Kanye before the College Dropout album was out. He was in the studio with Jay-Z.
Yeah, got a chance to play him some beats.
Yeah, and he was playing the beats, and he was trying to say like, I want to get on your album, right?
Yeah.
And Jay-Z was about to walk out, and he was like, yo, let me play you something real quick. And played it for him, and Jay loved it. Started bobbing his head.
That was the one.
And dude. And then
Jay-Z said...
Jay-Z on the way out said, closed mouths don't get fed.
And you know what's even... And it's crazy because it's like... You see, that happened, and then next thing you know, like, then you see, like, Big Sean and Kanye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Big Sean spit a freestyle for Kanye.
Big Sean's fire, bro. I wonder where he's been past 2 years.
He's still been putting out music.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's still putting out music.
Dope.
Like that, you know what I'm saying?
I haven't heard any, but I haven't been checking, man. Ain't been checking.
Ain't been
I haven't
checking.
even listened to this new Usher album yet. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, man. It's 10:30, bro. I think this is going to wrap up another episode. How's school going, man?
Everything's going cool, man. Learning every day, bro. Like, messing around with this marketing stuff, just...
Next step, bro.
Yeah, man. Just putting pieces together.
Hell yeah. I'm proud of you, bro.
Connecting some dots, man. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. All right, man. This is going to wrap up another episode of the PowWow. If you guys do want to be a part of it, everybody on Instagram, I appreciate you guys for tuning in and being a part of it. If you guys want to get on the podcast, DM us. It's Courtside Flow, AI. Andrew Eisler. So I was trying to go for the email. AI Eisler.
Eisler. Oh yeah.
Andrew Eisler or the Native Brand. Just DM one of us and we can get you on the podcast. Liquid Death, One Heart Medical, and Duffified. We appreciate you guys. The Mailman, March 24th. If you guys haven't bought tickets yet, go see him. It's That One Mailman and Friends. So he's going to have other comedians on stage with him. It's going to be his first time performing at the Liberty Funny Bone. The place is fire anyways, man. Get out there and have a good time. Enjoy yourselves.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to crush it. And appreciate you, Sean, man. Thanks for being on the pod. And we're going to see you do great things, dude. That One Mailman, man. He was definitely he's that guy, man. He's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Sure,
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll see you next week in another episode of the PowWow. This was the first live podcast. This is episode 202, 203. 203.
Okay.
And the first one that we put on Instagram. Let's go. I'm here for it.
Yeah, man.
Every week, bro. Every Tuesday, we'll be back on Instagram. Come check us out.
Yes, sir.
All right, your boy Jay Banks, AI, Courtside Flow. We're out of here. See you next week.
Have a great night, y'all.
Later.
Hey. Put it on 4. Let's get out of here. Instagram, we still live. What's cracking? We see
PowWow
you.
after hours.
We see you.
PowWow after hours.
Right? BTS.